This is Gibson looking for a game winner. Runner goes to second. Base hit up the middle. Matt Waiters, game-winning RBI. And the Orioles in the bottom of the ninth take home a 3-2 win. It's the Orioles on Masson, and we welcome you back to Birdland after a day off after the opener. This is game number 2. The Minnesota Twins and the Orioles go at it here tonight. This is National Walk Day. Really, it's sponsored by the American Heart Association. The Orioles started it 2 days early. They got 5 walks in game 1, and that final one to Chris Davis would be the one that would result in the winning run crossing the plate. The Orioles looking to get that on-base percentage up. There's no better way to do that than with walks. And tonight, the newest addition to the rotation comes to town. What are the positives for Yovani Gallardo as he makes the start of the game tonight? These are the numbers the Orioles looked at in the offseason and said, this is what we need. Number 1, the Orioles need someone who can give them innings. 191 average innings pitched over the last 7 years. They need ground balls, especially in this ballpark. 7th most in the American League last season at 50.8. And 2015 against the American League East, he had 9 starts. He went 5-2 with a solid 3.04 ERA. Very good 239 opponent batting average. You see, one of only 6 active to start 30 games every season since 2009. So Mike Bordick, he brings to the Orioles a number of items that they have looked for in a starter.
Absolutely, and Yovani Gallardo could prove to be the most important offseason pickup for the Orioles. They have been in dire need of starting pitching help. The more arms you can get, the better. Yovani Gallardo is a proven, consistent veteran of the major leagues. The numbers he's put up really aren't matched by many players in the game today. So Orioles are hoping that he can keep the ball down, get the ground ball percentage up. It's right around 50% right now. We saw what he did last season with that ground ball percentage. And I think just paying attention to this team in spring training and, of course, opening night, you have to put the ball in play, and you have to do it early. Pitch to that soft contact. Let the defense make the plays behind Gallardo, and I think he's going to have another successful season. Back on opening day, just a couple days ago, Bobby Dickerson's alignment of the defense was crucial, and it came up big in that ball game. There were a lot of line drives that were taken away and hits that the defense was there to back them on. So, you hope that the pitchers see that, recognize it. The problem time and time again is the fact that pitchers don't get deep into ball games. You can really avoid that by being aggressive in the strike zone, work down. Gallardo still has great movement. Let the defense play behind him.
And the other thing for the Orioles and for the Twins, with the day off, all the bullpen usage that took place in game 1 really won't affect the pitchers who are available for the ball game tonight. When we come back, it's the Twins and the Orioles game 2 of this 2016 season. We'll take a look at the lineups coming up. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by Navy Federal, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA. Overcast skies, partly cloudy here, and our BGE home game time temperature is going to be a cool 50 degrees with that wind at 17, significant humidity up. And BGE is Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Minnesota Twins exactly as it was in Game 1. Dozier, Mauer, and Sano, Plouffe, Rosario, and Park, Escobar, Suzuki, and Buxton. For Mauer, continues his 11-game hit streak against the Orioles.
And let's take a look at Yovani Gallardo's pitch arsenal last season. The fastball 54% of the time. He has good movement on his four-seamer, actually a nice natural cut to it. But the two-seamer's the key fastball. He can sink it, work it both in and out. Likes to stay away from the righties, work away from the lefties as well with his fastball. Breaking ball has a slider and a curveball. Look for him to mix his breaking balls in there, an occasional changeup. It's really all about a good mix. If he's got command of all of his pitches, look for a successful night. Last year, 13 wins with a 3.42 earned run average, 140 and 1/3 innings pitched, 184, excuse me, innings pitched. So another solid year, eating up some innings for Gallardo. See the ground ball percentage at 51%. Keep it on the ground here. Does a nice job, and he has done in his career, about limiting the long ball. Only 15 home runs given up last season.
Gallardo is 2-2 lifetime against the Minnesota Twins. He has had 8 previous starts against them. He went 5 2/3 last year, and the only start he had against them gave up just a couple of hits in the one ball game against the Twins last year. The Orioles set to go, looking for win number 2 to start this young season. Brian Dozier looking for hit number 1. He had an 0 for 4 in the opener. You see the .236 average that he put up last year. Top of this order has done some damage against Gallardo historically. Right-hander's delivery, that's going to be in there for a strike at 87. Dozier's gone 5 for 10 with a home run lifetime against the Orioles' 30-year-old right-hander. Gallardo will get that one in, put up in the air towards center field. Adam Jones with an easy settle under that one. He's got it, and Dozier's retired.
Good start right there. Aggressive in the strike zone. Couple pitches early out.
Take a look at our Jeep inside the numbers.
Yeah, highest average versus the O's since 1954. And I'm Marty Barrett back with the Red Sox. Of course, Lamar Johnson, Don Slott, Kinsler, Larry Heisel on that list as well. But Joe Mauer been with the Twins a long time, and he has been Mr. Consistency. His numbers are right up there with all the Twins greats. Second in doubles, third in batting average, walks, sixth in games, runs, total bases, you name it, he's on the list. A great hitter and does damage against the Orioles.
And against Gallardo in particular, he is 7 for 14, a .500 batting average against Mauer has against Gallardo in his career. Out of that funky little set windup, pitch will be taken up high for a ball, and a 2-0 count on Mauer with Sano waiting on deck. 11-game hit streak, as we showed you, for Mauer against the Orioles, going back into the season last year when Minnesota won every game against the O's. The O's took care of that streak 2 days ago in Game 1. That'll be a called strike at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I'll take a look at Gallardo's delivery. Very successful with this delivery. Not a lot of movement from the start, but there is some deception there with the arms and legs kicking up. You gotta have that to keep hitters off balance and guessing, and the fact that he mixes up his pitches will do so.
Down the line, it will be foul. He's only had 1 start here at Camden Yards. 2 hits, 6 innings. He walked 3 and struck out 2 back on July 2nd of 2015. He was with the Texas Rangers at that time. Dave Wallace now gets a chance to look at him, as he did in spring training, now in the games that matter. For Gallardo, who they hope will be able to go deep. 2-2 pitch, and that will bounce a little bit outside, so he takes the count full at 3-2.
And Gallardo, really a slow start to spring training, and really wasn't until the last game that Matt Wieters had a chance to catch him, and probably just at the right time when Gallardo's stuff was starting to peak. And Matt Wieters Caught him for 5 very solid innings, probably his best outing.
3-2 hit on the button, but right at him. And there you see why the Orioles play that right fielder, in this case Trumbo, in that gap. I mean, if he's playing a normal left, that ball's in the gap.
Now take a look at the Orioles defense. Rickard Jones and Trumbo in the O's outfield. Hardy and Scope will be the double play combination with Machado and Davis on the corners, and Matt Wieters coming up with a big walk-off hit on opening day. He's back behind the plate again.
And that'll bring Sano to the plate. The Orioles go into the right-handed hitter shift. The outfield deep and swung around, playing him to pull. Sano at an 0 for 4 in the opener, and will take the pitch down low for a ball. Gallardo used to be a fastball pitcher who came in with a lot of juice on it. Over the years, the fastball number's gone down, but still throws an average of 90+ miles an hour on his fastball. But has said, I'm a different pitcher than what I was 5 or 6 years ago. I hope I've learned, he said, that it's more important to get guys out on fewer pitches than it is to get strikeouts with higher velocity pitches. So that's what he tries to do, is keep that pitch count in abeyance and get himself deep into games.
Yeah, Gallardo, like most pitchers in the major leagues, when you're out there flipping up 200 innings like he did back-to-back years and consistently up in 180, 190 innings, you're going to lose a little bit off your fastball. Well, he's made the adjustments. In the last few seasons, there's been a steady decline in his strikeout rate, but he's been able to make the adjustments and still be a quality pitcher at the highest level.
Yep. And probably it makes you more a successful pitcher. You just going to be able to stay in ball games longer and give your team a chance to win. 3 ball, 1 strike count with 2 down. Sano waiting on it. It'll be outside, and he issues the walk to him. He gave up 68 walks, 121 strikeouts, and 184 innings last year for the Orioles starter. So Sano on to first base with a free pass. That'll bring up cleanup hitter Trevor Plouffe. He had a 1 for 4. See the power numbers last year with the 22 home runs and the 86 RBIs. Good numbers against the Orioles, as he's a career .315 hitter against the O's. 2 away, and Plouffe will take that one for a strike.
Well, you see the slider right there. First pitch slider. The ability to throw all of his pitches at any time for strikes is what sets him apart and makes him a consistent major league pitcher. They're going to be guessing all the way through, and if he can make it 3rd or 4th time through the lineup, they're not going to know what's coming.
0-1 delivery. That'll be taken inside at 88 miles an hour. Plouffe has had 3 hits, 9 at bats against Gallardo, and 2 of the 3 hits have been home runs. And here in this ballpark, he's had some pretty good luck as well with a .295 career average. 1-1 delivery to him. He leaned out a little bit. Ball will catch the outside corner. He didn't think so. And Gallardo gets ahead of him with a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Nice pitch right there. A little two-seamer, able to bring it back on that outside corner. You see the pitch track catching all of the outer third part of the plate. That's it. Get him leaning. Might open up the inside corner. But typically Gallardo, when he gets ahead here, he likes to spin the ball. Probably spike a breaking ball. And he's got a number of opportunities too, being ahead 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2-strike count leads Sano at first base. Goes upstairs and gets him. So Gallardo in his first appearance, regular game against Minnesota for the Orioles, has an inning where he surrenders just the 1 walk, picks up a strikeout. Orioles lineup coming up. A little cool, but a pretty good night for a baseball game. Take a look at our lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Machado, Jones, Davis, Trumbo, Wieters, and Alvarez, Hardy, Scope, and Rickard, with Matt Wieters' 700 career hit Monday that produced that game winner.
And let's take a look at Kyle Gibson's pitch arsenal. Fastball, loves the sinker, heavy bowling ball type sinker, 89/93, and four-seamer as well. Also has the change that he uses occasionally, but a very good slider, typically sinker slider type pitcher. Last year, the Twins' most consistent pitcher, 11 wins, 3.84 earned run average, 194 and 2/3 innings worked. So the opponent's hitting .252 overall, but another high ground ball percentage, 55% of his outs on the ground.
So both these pitchers will be easy to know if they are on, as we'll see ground balls off both. Manny Machado, a 1 for 5 in the opening ball game. Defense straight up on him. Manny will take the breaking ball that will miss down low. Machado, as we said, in that leadoff spot, exceptional numbers throughout his career, and he's had a lot of opportunities to hit there. 1-1 delivery to him, and he got fooled on a nasty pitch that was down and in that he went around on for a strike 1 and 2.
Yeah, Gibson very comfortable driving that sinker into right-handers, and he will keep pounding in there as this game progresses. Doesn't mind it running in off the plate, and you saw the movement.
For Manny last year, 300 average in 111 games in the leadoff spot. His career, he's up to 225 games now in the leadoff spot, hitting at .299. So it has not mattered whether he's been there or below. It's been production time for Manny. 2-ball, 2-strike count on him. Little breeze blowing out towards center and a bit to right. It's not a wind that's going to affect anything hit in the air. You see the flags just lazily around the poles out there in center unfurled.
They're happy to see that, aren't they?
Yes.
Opening day was blustery.
He'll take the walk. A leadoff walk to Machado. That'll bring up Adam Jones, hitting in the number 2 spot.
Adam Jones came through in a big way. 30 career RBIs versus the Twins, just missing a home run. Joey Rickard scoring the first run of 2016, and Manny Machado right on his heels.
Jones standing in after the 1 for 5. Adam will have the defense set, double play depth. Outfield pretty much straight away with Buxton, their speedy center fielder, actually playing in a few steps in center. He believes he can go back on him. Got jammed a little bit on that one and will foul it off.
And take a look at the Twins defense tonight. Rosario, Buxton, and Sano in the Twins outfield. Escobar and Dozier, the double play combination. Kloof and Maurer on the corners, and Suzuki back behind the plate.
A lot of ground ball double plays induced by this Twins starter, 4th in ground ball double plays at 27. Second on the club to Mike Pelfrey, who had 29 last year. Jones will get turned around on that one, which is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike count at 91 miles an hour. Gibson 26 and 27 in his young career. 28 years old. They're looking for a breakout season for this starter. He was number 3 in their rotation last year, moving up to the 2 spot this year. Jones inside out foul ball. You see him working inside here on Adam.
Boy, he loves it in there, and if you show you're going to be aggressive in there swinging at those 2-seamers, he's going to keep pounding it in there, and he's going to try to work it in off the plate. Adam Jones has offered it 2 of the sinkers. Nasty pitcher's pitches right on the inside corner, and that too could also open up the outside corner for the slider. So a number of weapons for Kyle Gibson.
1 ball, 2 strike count here. Runner at first base. Machado, not a big lead. Runner not going, and stayed inside and will miss with it. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Adam. Adam playing in his 591st game here at Camden Yards, more than any other Oriole, as he continues to become the veteran in a lot of the numbers categories. 2-2 delivery. That ball, little roller. Escobar, and a nice pick at first by Maurer. Down to second goes Manny Machado. That'll bring up Chris Davis.
Chris Davis played a huge role in that win on opening day. Take a look at this at bat. Taking borderline pitch after borderline pitch. This is with 2 outs, mind you. close call there. Now, a big power hitter, he could be more aggressive and expand the zone. But take a look at Chris Davis's base running. He sees Buxton's deep. He just slides on into third. And that's the second time in the ball game where he's gone first to third. Base running coming up big. And, of course, he would score the winning run.
RBI chance now for Chris with Machado on at second base. And he takes the off-speed delivery away for a ball. Last season hit .289 with runners in scoring position. Well over the season number that he had last year for an average. Did a good job getting people in. He's looking for his first hit off Gibson. 0 for 5. Really cranked up on that one. Fouls it back.
Good pass right there. Fastball 91 miles an hour up in the zone. The key to getting on Kyle Gibson is make sure you get him elevated. You start swinging at that two-seamer down at the knees, you're going to be in for a long day. He's going to get you to roll over, a lot of ground balls. Make him get it up and try to take advantage of the mistakes.
Machado being held close by Escobar at second with the defense shifted. Pitch will be up high. The left-handers actually against the right-hander Gibson hit only .248 last year. Right-handers were a little higher, .257. The lefties had 8 home runs off him. Right-handers had 10. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Really not giving Machado much for a secondary lead. Towards the hole, Dozier's got a long throw, and he's not going to get it there in time. It'll be an infield hit for Davis. And that's all set up because Manny Machado's at second, and they didn't want to move the shortstop all the way over on the second base side.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have the big shift on, so Dozier back on the grass. No chance to get Davis. Davis flies down the line, and he does it every time. It isn't because he's sniffing out a single here. Head down and going hard. Easily beating out the infield single. Take a look at Chris Davis, the big man, flying down, head down, and just digging.
So the Orioles get a great chance here in the first inning against Gibson, first and third. Only 1 away. Gibson will look for that ground ball double play. And the pitch, a little movement on that one, will catch the inside corner. Trumbo with a big opening day for the Orioles as he had a 4 for 5, picking up base hits that he scattered all around the field. Also picked up a stolen base in that ball game. Trumbo hit .195 with runners in scoring position last season. 0-1 pitch to him towards the middle. This is what they wanted. There's one bobbled, but enough time to get it over. Good play by Dozier. He never got it cleanly in the glove, and he never got it cleanly in his throwing hand, but somehow turned 2 after 1 no score. The numbers.
Yeah, most seasons with 12 or more wins. Now, this is active pitcher since 2009. King Felix leading the way, but there's Gallardo right behind him with 6. and the list of other great pitchers around the league, Greinke, Kershaw, etc. But Gallardo brought over for that consistency. That's what he's all about. He was an all-star back in 2010. He left Milwaukee as the franchise career strikeout leader. He knows how to pitch. He knows what it takes to go through a full season, and the Orioles are looking for that remarkable consistency again this year.
Here is Eddie Rosario with a shift on against him, and the pitch is in there for a strike. He started out with a 1-for-4 on opening day. He's only had a couple of at-bats against Gallardo. Has gone 1-for-2. 0-1 delivery to him, and that'll be taken away for a ball. Rosario, one of their youngsters in the outfield, age of 24. He won the Jim Cott Award last year as the best defensive player of the Twins, awarded internally by the ball club, and a 1-2 count.
Made a couple nice plays out in left field on opening day with the wind swirling. Showed the great concentration and poise for a young outfielder.
Great speed. He had 15 count them triples. That's a lot of three-backers. 1-2 delivery, and again chases up high, and look at him stare out, asking whether or not that was a strike.
There you go, back-to-back strikeouts on high fastballs. Not overpowering by any means, but just enough life through the top of the strike zone. The concentration, picking up the catcher's mitt, never taking his eyes off the glove. Good pitch, back-to-back Ks.
Byung-Ho Park, designated hitter, 1-for-3 in his debut with the Minnesota Twins in the opener. We were asking today because in their home country the first name would be Park Byung-Ho, and which way would he prefer to have that done this season, and he said just the way it was up there on the graph. Byung-Ho Park works just fine. We were very happy to hear that. Here's the 2-0 delivery on the way, because it's not really Park either. Apparently it's Pack.
Pack. That
Byung-Ho.
sounds like New England.
It does. Just say it wrong the way you would in New England and you go. 3-0 pitch on the way, and not close on those. So Park is on with a walk. That's 2 walks given up by Gallardo. Regular season here, and you've got time to secure your spot for all the action with a full or partial season plan. You get the exclusive ticket savings, Major League Baseball's most flexible exchange policy, the access to postseason tickets, and much more. Find out at Orioles.com/season. Gallardo last year, he had 68 walks in 184 innings. These two pitchers' numbers very similar as far as walks and strikeouts. Gallardo did have base stealers against him, go 7-for-17 last year, so he will keep an eye over there, and you can bet Buck Showalter, of course, insistent on pitchers improving their quickness to the plate. Pitch is the overhand delivery down low.
Sometimes it's a little bit tougher when you get a veteran pitcher coming over from another organization. Pretty easy to kind of demand that from pitchers that have come through your organization, but hard to kind of change the guys that are set in their ways.
2-for-4. Escobar, opening day, switch hitter. Big cut, can't catch up to the 85-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's really off-speed pitch. That's really where Gallardo is. That's what we were talking about. You see the velocities kind of all over the place, from 90 down, 91 maybe.
Right, and it's just a matter of mixing everything up. Some of the pitches come in fairly straight, others have a little wrinkle to them. He's not afraid to mix it in and out to keep hitters off balance. We talked about the strikeouts are down. He's aware of that. You have to find a way to pitch with what you have, and he continues to have success. And I think the defense that plays behind him will help him have even more success this season.
1-2 strike count. Goes after one again that was up high, and this will be down the line. Rickard will get there and put it away. Runner more than halfway will head back. Well, this week only, T-Mobile customers can get a free season-long subscription to MLB TV Premium. Go to T-Mobile.com/MLB to sign up now. Catch every moment on America's fastest-growing LTE network. Tampa Bay came back with that win over Toronto by a score of 5-3 today. If we get a moment here in our ball game, we're going to go back for baseball fans. They've probably seen that play last night that has caused such a stir regarding runner interference at second base on a potential double play that actually decided the ball game. We'll take a look at that. Here is Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki with an 0 for 3 in the ball game. The veteran catcher opened it up with an 0 for in game 1 against the Orioles. 8 for 21 in 6 games he played against the O's last year. He had a good season against Orioles pitching. Lifetime only a 241 career average against the O's. Suzuki watches one that goes away. Runner on at first base. Park, who got the walk, still there with 2 down.
Yeah, Suzuki's been a great veteran backstop here for the Twins past few seasons. But you know, age kind of catches up, and I think the wear and tear from a catcher catches up after a number of years. They went out and landed Jack Ryan Murphy from the Yankees to be the backup. So as the season progresses, maybe Suzuki getting a few more off days than he had last couple of seasons, just to keep him fresh.
Paul Molitor, second-year manager for these Twins, a great Hall of Famer. Wants to make sure Suzuki is healthy for the entire year, so as Mike says, they got somebody that they will not hesitate to put in. Dispelling. Foul back off the end of the bat, and a 1-ball 2-strike count. Taking a look at Park over there at first base. Look, I was looking at his stolen base numbers. He's been a double-digit guy as many as 20. And last year he had 10. He was 10 for 13 in stolen bases last season. 1-ball 2-strike count. Very short lead over there. Gallardo still will throw over to keep him close with 2 down.
Yeah, you got to keep mixing up your sequences here. Maybe back it up with a pickoff move. Maybe pause a little bit. If you're not that quick to the plate, you have to do that to disrupt the rhythm and timing of the runners.
1-2 delivery in the air. Left center, not deep. Jones coming. And we'll put it away. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Wieters, game winner last night, kicks it off. We talked about the play last night that ended up deciding the game. Here it is.
Well, ground ball, third base. Take a look. Encarnacion hits it. Batista sliding in. Second baseman pulls the ball here. Take a look at Batista's slide. Pretty much directly into the base, but the arm reaches out and grabs the leg. So after a review here, it gets changed, and the Rays end up winning that ball game. That would have been a win for Toronto. 2 runs would have scored instead. Reverse the call, and Rays take the win.
And it has raised a ruckus. That's that new rule about what is a bona fide slide into second base, and they said it wasn't. One of the problems I think right now is that nobody knows why. You don't get any explanation from New York on the replays as to why that call was made. Did he overslide the bag? Did he not stay in the bag? Did he reach out and touch the fielder. Why was it that was considered a bad slide? Matt Wieters goes to second base with this one. Dozier makes the play. John Gibbons obviously absolutely furious about it, and his comment after the game from our notebook, maybe we'll come out wearing dresses tomorrow. Maybe that's what everyone's looking for.
Well, you know, with John Gibbons and I think many players, it was really laughable because there was no intent really to break up a double play. Batista slid in there. Maybe the one thing is he didn't really hold on to the base. He kind of turned and looked over his left shoulder, and that kind of pulled him off the base a little bit. But there was no intention to really do damage to a player. If anybody, I think the second baseman was at fault for just not moving his feet and getting up, and he pulled that ball across. Probably might not even have been a double play anyway.
Yep. Pedro Alvarez with the 0-1 count had an 0 for 3. The Orioles' new DH. Alvarez will take it up high. Well, much discussion about it today, and Paul Molitor, for one, has told the Twins Keystone guys, short and second, don't get too far off that bag when you make that throw.
Right.
You might get an interference call.
Yeah, take advantage of it until they change it, and they have to change it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's a rule like the drop rule that we had last year. It started with the transfer, ended up being no catch.
Right.
When you were transferring it from glove to your throwing hand within a month, that rule was changed. And I think that's going to happen with the rule on the slides at second base. Dozier again, you see the ground balls Gibson can get when he is on. Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, Rachel Moeller from Skaggsville, has won $500 for being selected. Gets $500 more for every Orioles home run hit in the ballgame. Play Home Run Rich's scratch offs, win up to $50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Go to mdlottery.com/baseball. 2 down, nobody on. Orioles shortstop J.J. Hardy started the season the 0 for 3. Hardy's got a 2 for 5 lifetime against Gibson, including a home run. The shift again employed against J.J. Hardy as they move that infield around, playing him to pull.
Yeah, well, really, he pitches right into the shift as well. He's already shown that he's aggressive inside the right-handers. You're going to have a hard time getting to that sinker on the inner third. Great late movement Gibson possesses with that pitch. You almost have to cheat, so why not pull everybody over?
That one's going to be foul back. JJ, of course, played for this Minnesota Twins team for a season. Over 13 years, they've had 11 shortstops. They hope that Escobar is going to put an end to that merry-go-round. And for one season, Hardy was there and played well for Minnesota. He hit .268, 101 games. He had 6 home runs, 38 RBIs, and then was acquired by the Orioles in a deal for Jim Hoy and Brett Jacobson, and has proven to be one of the game's best shortstops with the Orioles.
I'll tell you, when he came over here to Baltimore, he turned into a beast. He led all shortstops in home runs and RBIs for 3 consecutive years. Popped 30 homers one year. I think with the Twins, there were some injuries there, limited his playing time, and you want your shortstop to be out there as many games as possible. You know, J.J. Hardy stayed healthy, you know, for a number of years with the Orioles, and then last year things started to catch up with him a little bit. Lost a little playing time, and you could tell just dealing with the nagging injuries. But this year, had a great spring training. He looks as healthy as we've seen. Looking for a big year from Hardy.
And he will take the walk. So the Orioles get their second walk. This one comes with 2 down here in the second inning. And it will bring up Jonathan Schoop against Gibson. For Schoop, a 1 for 3 in the opener. And as a result of that, continued the streak he ended with last year. He's hit successfully in 6 consecutive ball games if you have the carryover, going 7 for 21 in those games, 5 last year and the opener this year. 2 down, runner at first base, and he goes after the first pitch. Outfield plays very deep, long run, Sano can't get it. It's going to get by him. Hardy's going to make the turn. Bobby Dickerson waving him home. Here's the throw, not in time. And the Orioles, on the dying quail single by Hardy, have a 1-0 lead. by Scope, rather, as Hardy crosses.
Well, a little 2-out lightning right here. Jonathan Scope, this fastball gets on him quick. Maybe a little bit surprise velocity there, but a jam shot finding some outfield grass. Nice try by Sano, but a little risky. Missing that one by about 4 feet. Look at J.J. Hardy. Nice secondary lead. He's got 2 outs, so he's running around the bases and recognizing the noise of the crowd and Bobby Dickerson with the arm wave. Another great send by Dickerson. Dozier hasn't really thrown the ball well this series. Could be just the cool air, maybe some arm problems, but some air underneath the ball, not getting it in there quick enough.
So the Orioles get the lead, and down to second base goes Scope with the RBI.
You see Suzuki coming up the line to get that ball, and Hardy, a lot of room on the backside to slide in there safely.
Now Rickard gets an opportunity with an opening 2 for 4 in game 1. Inside out will foul that one away.
What a night for Joey Rickard. Opening night, staying on a slider, picking up his first major league hit. There it goes into the locker room. And then how about a jam shot down the right field line, but hustling for a double. Beautiful play. Full speed running into the wall, having to deal with a fan as well. Big day for Joey Rickard.
First game, you get the fans chanting your first name. That's pretty good. So the Joey chant went up for Rickard towards the end of that ball game. He became the first Rule 5 draft pick to start an opening day for the Orioles the year after he had been selected. That's quite a climb. Club lets you go, you get picked up, you got a chance. Rule 5s are always difficult to make a ball club 1 and 2 to be a starter as a Rule 5 player is pretty tough and uncommon. Good lead at second base for Scope. Rickard down to third. That one will be fouled off.
That kind of shows you the spring training that Joey Rickard had. He didn't have any tells of a bad game all spring training, and he was tested by Buck Showalter. He'd start him some games, he'd bring him in late in ball games, and really rose to the occasion every time. I don't think Buck Showalter had a choice but to make him the opening day left fielder.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Again into the seats. Ripped that one. How about this for a number, Mike? Now, this is a AAA baseball. He hit .392 with runners in scoring position at AAA. I don't care what level it's at.
Yeah, right.
That's a big number.
Yeah, well, Joey Rickard had one off season. Now, it was 2014. Last year, incredible numbers, but he had gotten hit by a pitch, and it really slowed him down at the plate. Couldn't quite get the balance.
He does it again to right field. Sano's got a plus arm. They'll hold the runner. Good throw by Sano. But Rickard comes through with his 3rd hit of the season. The Orioles continue the inning, 1st and 3rd.
Well, you know what? You want to know how to defend a 2-seam fastball, a power sinker. You pull your hands in tight. Rickard pulled him in on an inside sinker. And able to get the barrel on the ball, shoot it the other way. Here you go. Take a look at the movement. It's on the inner third, but the hands drop in nicely. Barrel finds the ball, and there you go. Beautiful base hit. Good hold there from Dickerson as Sano getting on that one. The 1-hop strike to home.
So 1st and 3rd. The Orioles continue the 2nd inning. A run in. Now all of this coming with 2 down, and again it was the 2-out walk. That's what happened in the 9th inning of game 1 when the Orioles got that game winner. The 2-out walk issued to Davis. Now in this inning, a 2-out walk issued to Hardy, who scored, followed by Scope and Rickard with base hits. Manny Machado, the chance. He drew a walk his first time up. A .298 hitter in these situations last season. Orioles would love to get more on Gibson here in just the 2nd inning. They've really made him work so far, closing in on 40 pitches, and the pitch is taken inside. Count goes to 2-0. Trying to get the Orioles to bite at those pitches that are just off the right-handed hitters, off the inside corner.
Yeah, you got to show that you can throw more consistent strikes in there. Get them hungry to hit that pitch on the inner third, and then start working it in. Really starting them off with pitches in off the plate early, not helping his cause at all.
2-0 the count. Rickard goes back to the bag. Gibson Only one successful base stealer against him last year. They were 1 for 11. So they did take some chances, but didn't get there. 2-0 count on Machado. Runners off first and third. 2-0 delivery on the way. Breaking ball. And that is a strike. For Manny last year among the top hitters. He was 10th in home runs, 11th in slugging, 20th in batting average, 19th in on base percentage. Another very solid offensive year to go with a Gold Glove season at third base. 2-1. Ooh. Mauer down a little bit. That one in the dirt.
Yeah, quick snap throw there. Nice play by Mauer, saving a run. Risky, but that's what speed does. I mean, Joey Rickard's already in the head of Kyle Gibson and manager Paul Molitor putting on a couple pickoff signs. Rickard's speed going to wreak that kind of havoc with manager and pitchers.
And that one will be just trickled foul off to the side. Last year for Rickard, he did some running. Now he was at 3 different levels of ball, A, AA, AAA last season, and he ended up with, let's see if I can add quickly, 23 stolen bases last year.
Nice.
Am I adding or his running? Or
both.
Actually makes the throw over to third base. Well, we don't see that one very often.
Right. Can't do the old third to first play,
no.
But you can make a pickoff. You see, just like a pitcher picking off, lefty picking off at first base, does it on the third base side, trying to catch the Orioles napping.
2-ball, 2-strike count on Machado. Rickard not going at first, and a big cut and a miss. So the strikeout recorded first for Gibson, but the Orioles pick up the run. Jonathan Scope gets the RBI, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead. First pitch today, guest of the Orioles ownership, a great friend of Paul Molitor and their bench coach Joe Vavra. John Russell was out there from the Orioles. He threw it. Molitor made the catch. He was born without sight, and he is an ambassador for the disabled at sports venues all across the nation, looking to help the disabled and their needs at sports venues to make it more fun for them to come to the ballpark or any sporting event. Great job, and a very special moment here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards.
Yeah, great stuff, and you can tell the respect they have for him. John Russell there, Paul Molitor as well.
Well, a nice first pitch, and Buxton up, and he will take the pitch for a strike. Buxton an 0 for 3 in the opener, batting in the number 9 spot. Great speed. Gallardo on the mound with the 0-1 delivery to it. That one is going to miss outside. Facing Gallardo for the first time. 22 years old. Can fly out there in center field. And the breaking ball is going to miss outside. Gallardo asking for the new baseball here.
Yeah, the Twins hoping that Buxton really settles in this year. And, a bit of an opportunity at the major league level, but they had Aaron Hicks, but they traded him away thinking Buxton was indeed ready.
He's going to get a base hit down the line with that speed. That should be too easily. Rickard over. He's up with it. He'll make the throw in, but no chance. He can fly. So a leadoff double here in the third inning for the number 9 hitter Buxton and the Twins.
Yeah, great speed, and now Gallardo and the Orioles have to be aware of that speed at second base.
Orioles have the 1-0 lead in the ball game. That'll be the first hit for the Twins. And they turn the order over to Dozier at the top. He flied out to center field his first time up. For Dozier against the Orioles, 265, 3 home run career batting average. Bunting and a beauty. Gallardo off the mound and gets the out, but a sacrifice, as that is going to move Buxton over to third base. We don't see a lot of that either.
No, you really don't. And there you go, seeing the importance of runs and moving players over into scoring position. I think Dozier was trying to sniff out a base hit, hoping he can catch Manny Machado off guard, but Gallardo showing his athleticism, bouncing off the mound. See, Manny not in on the grass, maybe a step onto the dirt. So Dozier thinking a surprise attack. Advances the runner, gives himself up.
Manny will play almost even with the bag at third against Mauer, who flied out his first time up. And Mauer will take it up high. His job now, some way with one down, to get that run in. He hit .352 with runners in scoring position last season. He was among the leaders in the American League in that department. 1-0 count. Mauer will put that one in the air to center. Runner will tag. Jones has got it. With Buxton's speed, though, there is no chance. So an RBI for Mauer, and the sacrifice set it up, and the ball game's tied at 1.
There you go, putting a mark on the board, manufacturing a run. At the top of the order, Dozier, big time pop. The runs are so important early in a ball game. Well executed by the Twins, using the speed of Buxton and of course that veteran bat of Mauer to pick up the sac fly.
Now the infield will swing around again against Sano with that shift against the right-hander. 18 home runs last season, and a big swing going for another one. Second in homers, third in RBIs among the rookies in the American League last year for Sano. And you saw the arm and a throw from the outfield. I was talking to Bobby Dickerson about that opening day, and Bobby said he's good. He said he hasn't had much experience out there, but there's no question he's got a really good outfield arm.
Well, you know, you have to really be aware of what type of player moves to the outfield. And most generally, if an infielder moves into the outfield, you know he's going to take more aggressive lines to the baseball just because he's on the infield and he's taught that. You don't have much time to make decisions on the infield, so you have to be aggressive. Your lines have to be a little bit tighter. And you know he has a strong arm because he came up as a third baseman. So Bobby Dickerson well aware of that. And, you know, his game planning kind of decided when balls hit to the outfield with strong arms whether or not to send runners or not.
Gallardo up high, way up. And the count goes to 2-2 against Sano. Sano will chase once in a while, go after pitches. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that one's going to be fouled back. Just don't make a mistake on him, or you may pay dearly. All that power that he's got. 2-2, a run in, 2 down. They're in the top of the third inning. The ball game tied up.
What benefits of Gallardo, though, is he doesn't really fall into patterns. He consistently mixes up his pitches, tries to change the location, works in and out.
That one will miss down low, so he will take the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Up to 47 in pitches thrown, and the 7th pitch coming of this at bat. Pitching coach Dave Wallace. 3-2 delivery, and he walked it. That is the third walk, so it's been a walking inning. The other two were stranded. We'll see what happens here with 2 down. This Sunday, don't miss the Kids opening day as the O's take on the Rays at 1:35. The first 7,500 fans 14 and under get the Eat Sleep Orioles t-shirt. After the game, they get to run the bases. And young fans are going to enjoy special activities selected at random for on-field participation for Kids Day. That's this Sunday. Go to Orioles.com/kids. Trevor Plouffe will take it down low for a ball. The Twins trying to keep it alive here with 2 down. Plouffe with good power. Orioles recognizing that. Rickard back in left. Jones back a couple of steps from where he might otherwise play in center. Down to third base. Manny Machado dives. Only play a second, and he's got him. Makes the throw to get Sano a run in. Only 1 hit and 1 left on base. We'll go to the bottom half of the third inning. The Gold Glove awarded on opening day to Manny Machado. The reason he got it is for plays like that. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. With the inimitable Mike Bordick, I'm still Gary Thorne, and we're great to have you with us. Game 2. And a 1-1 ball game. Gibson, 28-year-old right-hander, giving up the RBI single to Jonathan Schoop. Answered by the sac fly of Mauer. Adam Jones grounded out his first time up. Plouffe stays in at third. Now he'll move back.
Yeah.
Way back.
See, the thing is, though, Adam Jones can lay down the bunt as well. That's I think last year led the team in infield base hits. Great speed combined with the power. And he takes advantage of infielders that play a little bit deeper.
A 1 delivery on the way, and that goes the other way. Hit it pretty good. Sano going back into the corner, and Snow cones it. He's got it. That is not an easy field to play when you get over there in that corner by the door, and he was tiptoeing, but he got it.
Well, nice piece of hitting by Adam Jones, staying on the slider. And how do you make a play when you don't watch the ball in the glove? Well, here's a look. Sano in right field. Wall's getting close. He puts the head down and doesn't even see the ball go in the glove. Ends up making a real nice play. Of course, Gibson appreciating the defense behind him. Adam Jones, a little upset squaring up the tough slider.
Had it all the way, he said, and records the out. Chris Davis, base hit. His first time to the plate. And on the big cut. There you see that defensive alignment. Now it's fully employed. First time up, the Orioles got an advantage out of the shift when Escobar, with the runner at second, stayed on the shortstop side. And Chris hit the ball slowly up the middle. Dozier had to play it, and the time he got there, couldn't get him. Now they'll do the flip-flop as Plouffe, third baseman, will move over, play on the other side of the bag, and Escobar will come back at short. Why do they do that? Mike's going to tell you in just a minute. 1-2 delivery, a towering fly ball to center field. Buxton back on the wall. Goodbye, home run. Chris Davis. 400 plus to center. Orioles up 2-1.
The Crusher is back. An impressive swing by Chris Davis. His home runs are always majestic. He has that classic finish on the end. The first of many home runs for Chris Davis.
And for Rachel Moeller, our Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, that's worth $500. As Chris Davis, a 2-for-2 ball game, and the Orioles have a 2-1 lead. Down low to Trumbo.
Take a look at the power stroke here. Breaking ball, left, middle. Look at the head position by Davis. He doesn't pull off that ball at all, and it is hammered to straightaway center field.
0-1 delivery, grounded down to third. Big hop. Plouffe makes the play. Trumbo is retired, 0-for-2 in the ball game. So the Orioles get their first of the year in the long ball department. 217 home runs last year, third most in the majors.
Yeah, tough to hit it out of Camden Yards in the early going of the season. Air's a little bit cooler. Ball does not want to get out of here easily. You have to put a charge into it, as Davis did. Yesterday's ball, or opening day, there were a few balls hit that probably would go out as it starts to warm up off the wall.
Chris last year had 29 home runs here at Oriole Park, 18 on the road. 1-0 delivery, and that one is going to miss. Wieters with the ground ball out, his first time up. 2 down, nobody on. Orioles retaking the lead on their 4th hit of the ball game. And Matt will take the pitch up high and away. Well, the good eye is going to get him a 3-0 count.
Well, the Orioles offense showing some great patience. A couple walks already in this ball game at 5 on opening day. At 100 miles an hour off the bat of Chris Davis.
Another walk. So Wieters is on with the free pass. Each pitcher has now given up 3 walks in the ball game, and here's another one that comes with 2 down and extends the inning. Gibson over to Alvarez now, who grounded out his first time up. Remember Chris getting that home run off a ground ball pitcher. He gave up 18 on the season last year.
Well, sometimes pitchers try so hard to make quality pitches against tough hitters. There's no way Gibson wanted to leave that breaking ball up and out over the middle of the plate to a hitter like Chris Davis. He wanted to bury it and on the back foot, but the mistake gets hammered, and really that's what this offense is going to live and die by, taking advantage of mistakes that are made.
Alvarez going after that great sinker that Gibson has. 0-1 count. Shift on against Alvarez, and that pitch will miss. This is what Gibson lived on last season. He was out of the strike zone 63% of his pitches, but he got hitters to go after those pitches. More hitters went after pitches out of the strike zone against Gibson than but 3 others. He was the leader in that department. Carlos Carrasco, Iwakuma, Hisashi Iwakuma, and Masahiro Tanaka, the 4 pitchers who threw the most pitches out of the strike zone and got the most swings on those pitches all of last year.
Yeah, great late movement, really the key to that. And Gibson, we've seen the quality 2-seam fastball, but he's starting to throw that changeup more often. That has almost split finger type movement when it's down in the zone.
He got him on the strike, so Alvarez is retired. Gibson gets his second strikeout, but the Orioles get the go ahead. The man the fans come to see swing the bat did right there As the long ball's the first of the year for Davis and the Orioles. 2-1 O's. Fourth inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by the RAV4 Hybrid. All-wheel drive and unexpected performance. Visit buyatoyota.com. Orioles making some announcements today. Chris Tillman, who only got to work 2 innings in that game 1, will start on Friday against the Rays. That's 3 days rest. Mike Wright's pushed back to Saturday. No announcement on the 5th starter. Chris Archer, Drew Smyly, Jake Odorizzi are scheduled to go in that series with the Rays on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Gallardo ready to go here. Ground ball to first. Davis has got it off Eddie Rosario's bat. 1 pitch, 1 out.
I'd like to see that. Late first pitch curveball. 1 pitch, 1 out. Pitch another early contact, early soft contact.
Brian Mattis also on his way back. He's going to work back-to-back days at Bowie. He should be coming off the DL Sunday. Kevin Gausman threw a couple of innings, simulated game, Sarasota. He's flying back tonight to Baltimore. He'll work out with the team and will make a start Saturday at Bowie. Gausman's scheduled to be back April 19th, so both for Brian Mattis, Kevin Gausman, it looks like they're on schedule to come off the DL as planned.
Yeah, great positive news there. Gausman's shoulder acting up, got the cortisone shot. Looks like he is ready to go, and good news is Mattis is on his way back as well. Right, one of the better left-handed matchup pitchers in the business today.
Over the top is in there for a strike. Park quickly down 0-2. He drew a walk his first time up. 2-4-0 for the Orioles. Twins 1-1-0. Orioles have left 4, Twins 3 so far in the ball game. Working inside. Park takes the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Park's up there over the plate. When he gets into his stance, he's really crowding it.
Oh yeah, you know, a lot of big hitters, hitters in general, who want to really feel comfortable with their own strike zone. They have a better awareness if they're closer to the plate. A lot of times that outside corner seems so far away. They start moving up, getting closer, and understanding that, well, I have a better understanding if the ball's about to hit me, that's going to be a ball, than opposed to try to reach out on that outside corner and kind of guess the strike zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Park will chase that one and will top it foul. Great average, 324, 105 home runs over the last 2 seasons. RBIs 270 in 2 years.
Yikes. Yeah, the numbers are just off the charts for Park.
Bianco Park gets his opportunity in the major leagues. Gallardo with the delivery to him, jammed him. Talking with a couple of the scouts about who do work and oversee scouting, why players who oftentimes, and Park's one of those, get offered a lot of money to stay and play in Japan or Korea, wherever they may be, and yet choose to come here and actually make great money. Not as much as they would if they stayed home, but playing in the major leagues is where they want to be, and they want to have that shot.
Doesn't everybody want to play in the major leagues?
Yeah,
absolutely. And, you know, I think they're becoming more familiar with it now that Major League Baseball is really starting to expand worldwide. They're obviously expanding their coverage for getting players and recognizing players. And I think just that awareness, it's players itching to come over here, especially after the stardom of so many, you know, the great ones that have come over and done well.
And I think the World Baseball Classic, which I love, I know a lot of people don't because of the time it gets played, but I think it's really helped to push the major leagues even more into the thought process of players overseas. Orioles with Kim, of course, coming over. Both of these players, South Korea. Gallardo works inside and will miss with that one. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the South Korean Baseball Association's Player of the Year standing in the batter's box.
Gallardo work right here. What a battle going on.
3-2 delivery, and he got him. 3rd strikeout for Gallardo.
Well, that is work right there. Everything in the book to Park. Working up in the zone, in off the plate. How about a breaking ball that backs up on the inside corner? The winning pitch to get Park up and in. Tough spot to get to there. That delivery. Up, down, hand over the top. Just enough movement for a big second out.
2 away. Shift employed in there for a strike. Escobar flied out to left his first time up. You see Machado staying in at 3rd, in and over near the bag to protect against the bunt from Escobar. And goes up 0-2.
Well, the ball looks good up there. Now Gallardo not blowing the gun up with his velocity on his fastball. He may have hit 90 one time in this ball game, but it looks so good at the top of the zone, and there's enough life that he snuck it by many hitters here in this ball game.
Gallardo, with all the innings pitched, he has never been on the DL with an arm injury. He has been able to go through seasons with all of the starts. The Orioles are going to sign him to a 3-year deal, about $35 million. Then MRI potential concern with the shoulder, so he signed a 2-year with an option. And the Orioles right now are mighty happy that he did. Swung out and missed. 2 consecutive strikeouts here in the inning. Gallardo's got 4 in the ball game. He retires the side in order. That's his first clean inning. Doing what the Orioles like to do and want to do a lot more of, and that's picking up the free passes.
Yeah, absolutely. Big time walk here. Take a look at how he pitched J.J. Hardy. Fastball for a strike, then battling off a tough pitch inside. But the good eye with 2 strikes. You've got to have a good eye, work a walk like that. And then with 2 outs, the little blooper, J.J. Hardy on his horse. Great read here by Bobby Dickerson. And Hardy able to score. Great slide to the back part of home plate there. Another 2-out walk leading to a big run.
Hardy will kick it off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Scope and Rickard to follow. JJ still looking for his first hit. He gets the crossing of the plate off the walk. Now looking for a bingo to kick it off. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts for Gibson. With the 60th pitch about to be delivered. 2-0 delivery to Hardy, and that is going to catch the inside corner for a strike. Two and one. Wind blowing to left now. Popped it up back behind the plate, and that'll be out of play.
JJ wants that pitch back. Very aggressive cut at the slider. 2-seam fastball, tough to get to right now unless it's elevated. Hasn't made a lot of mistakes. Seems like the breaking ball is the one that comes over. It's like the most hittable pitch.
2-2 delivery to him. That'll bite the dust. We've talked so much about starting pitching and how the bullpens are so important to teams. I saw some numbers today on how much pitching has changed as far as starters going deep into the ball game. It has just been going down, down, down. Down to third, fair ball. That's going to go into foul territory. Over to get a Rosario on his way to second base. Rosario's got an arm. The throw, and not in time. And we have seen displayed tonight the wheels of J.J. Hardy, the speedster shortstop.
I told you he was running around spring training like an 18-year-old. 250th career double, whistling the 2-seamer down the line. Rosario gets to it good, but look at the dirt kind of getting out from under his feet. But Hardy, nice tight line into second base just to get in there. Back corner slide as Dozier reaches out in front. Enough time to get the glove back there. There it is, back edge. Dozier's glove has to reach all the way back around the bag to apply the tag. Not in time.
Now the question is, did he come off the bag? They're looking at their video in the Minnesota dugout. Paul Molitor up on the top step has asked him to hold up, see whether or not they want to challenge that play. No question he was there ahead of the throw, but did Dozier put the glove on him when the leg came off the bag? That's a tough one. That's why these teams that have their video replay people, they have to decide whether to tell the manager to challenge or not, and he is going to challenge this. So the umpire that made the call, Mike Malinsky, is out at second base, will come in, and they will bring in the crew chief, Mike Winters, from third base. Two of them will get on the headset, listen to some fine jazz while they wait.
Well, we talk about J.J. Hardy's speed. Did it hurt him here as the front foot kicks up over the base? And Dozier, a nice job keeping the tag on Hardy. You never know what kind of call you're going to get, especially with the reviews now. And it's just a matter of, did the front leg come off the base as the glove stayed on the tag? See the foot kick up. I don't know how you can tell that that front leg didn't remain in contact with the base.
The new rule on gloves this year on tags, if you have lacings that hang off the glove and you put a tag on somebody, if you only hit them with the lacings, it is not an out. So on the slide at second base, if the pants flare down and hit the bag, are you still touching the bag?
Oh, oh my goodness.
The answer to that, I think, is yes.
Yeah, it's got to be yes.
But that's tough to see.
Right.
And that's why supposedly the rule is you don't overturn it unless there's irrefutable evidence that the call was wrong. And there wasn't.
Good call. Good slide by JJ.
So Hardy will pick up the double, and Molitor has used the challenge. And the Orioles get the leadoff man on at second base here in the fourth inning. Now Jonathan Scope, another chance. He picked up an RBI on a bloop base hit to right in the second inning that scored Hardy. Now he's got a chance to get Hardy home again. The Orioles went 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position in the opener. And the breaking ball is going to miss. Ball one to Scope. Jonathan's chance at RBIs coming in this number 8 spot in the lineup. Low number last year at 226. All but guarantee that will go up this year, just with the maturity of Scope as a player and the ability to do what he's doing right now, which is take close pitching.
Right, and now as a hitter here, Jonathan Scope's got to keep his sights to the right center gap. Get something he can handle in the middle or the outer third that he can drive to that right side of the infield. You know, the Twins and the Orioles play tight ball games. Every run matters. That is exactly what Kyle Gibson wants Jonathan Scope to do. Hit a hard ground ball to third base. So gotta be aware of that two-seamer on that inner third, especially early in the count when you're still ahead. Look for something out over that you can drive to the right side.
2 ball, 1 strikeout. There's nobody out. The Orioles have a 2-1 lead. Scope RBI single, home run Chris Davis. Sac fly Joe Mauer accounting for the Twins run in the third. 2-1 count. Shortstop backs up to the hole. That one nubbed. Fair ball. Gibson will make the flip, get the out. Not an RBI, but does get the runner moved up. And there's one down. The excitement of opening week continues at Oriole Park. The Birds and Twins close out this 3-game series tomorrow night, 7:05. Then on Friday, the Rays come to town to begin the 3-game weekend series. Birdland Summer, get it started. Good seats remain for each game, including kids opening day on Sunday. Go to Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD for more info. We'll be back with you tomorrow night. Ball game will have Ubaldo Jimenez and Phil Hughes, the scheduled starters for the concluding game. Infield is in with 1 down. Rickard another chance, and the pitch taken down low for a ball. Rickard now has picked up a single in this ball game. He is 3 for 5. And all of the hits have come with 2 strikes. All 3. 1-0 pitch on the way to him, and he drills it to left field line drive. Rosario, great catch, but a tag made at third by Hardy, and he will score. And a sac fly RBI. And Rickard gets into another category at the major league level.
Yeah, nice job there, getting a pitch he can handle, driving it to the outfield. You know, Jonathan Scope's at bat, even though it didn't look like much. Great job moving J.J. Hardy over to third base. And then Rickard coming through with the sac fly.
The Orioles increase their lead. This is a nice play in the outfield by Rosario.
Beautiful play, and J.J. Hardy really making sure of the catch. He knows it's either going to be a dive or a lunging play. Rosario coming up with the second out. J.J. Hardy holding his ground, able to score easily.
And Manny Machado bunting for a base hit will foul that one back. He had Plouffe back at third and Mauer back at first, so he had both lines to go to. The Orioles now with a 3-1 lead, 3 runs on 5 hits. The Twins still have just 1 hit in the ball game. Buxton's double, who would score in the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch by Gibson, and that's going to be up a little bit, maybe away. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Manny. Strikeout victim his last time up, drew a walk in the 1st inning and was stranded. 1-1. Towards the hole, he's got a base hit. So Manny keeps the line moving with a 2-out single here in the 4th inning. Catch the complete game. Never miss a home run or a game-changing play. For O's, alerts, and opportunities to win exclusive prizes, including meet and greets with the players, text Orioles 29292. That's Orioles to 29292. Base hit for Manny. Jones is grounded out and flied out.
A couple good approaches here in this inning. Manny Machado, J.J. Hardy. Of course, the sac fly by Rickard. Now, you got to do a lot of things right to keep the ball fair and hit it hard in play on that 2-seamer. And Hardy gets the bat head to the 2-seamer, yanking it down the left field line. Right there, Machado finding the hole, the 5-6 hole. If your swing isn't right and you lead with the hands, you're going to hook the ball foul. And a couple solid approaches there for base hits.
Walk-off lead at first for Manny, being held by Mauer. And Gibson will just step off and take a look over. He has gotten Gibson's attention here, even with 2 down.
Big lead there for Manny Machado, and you notice the front foot opened up. Just a little cheat for a base stealer. You get that front side opened a little bit quicker. If you have to fight to get your body back around, you're going to be just that split second slower. You see Manny's right foot as it's opened up, pointed towards second base.
Good stop made by Suzuki. Manny was 20 out of 28 in stealing bases last season. So he is a threat to go. Even with Adam Jones up, you don't want to take the bat out of Adams' hands with a runner on usually, but if he felt as though he had a big enough lead, he could take off, and that's what Gibson's throwing over there for. 1-1. Not going, swing and a miss. Dropped that one in. 75th pitch of the ball game for him, and a 1-2 count.
Yeah, this is the turbo change here off that 2-seam fastball, and you know, typically it has a sink action, but when he gets it below the knees and gets on top of it, it drops in there like a split finger. That's a pretty nasty pitch right there.
1 ball, 2 strike count, and Manny again, that lean towards second base on the throw over.
Manny, that little bit of a lean, and nice job getting back to the corner of the base, as far away from the tag on Mauer as possible.
Still 1-2 on Adam. Runner goes. Jones, ground ball to short. Make the play to first, Escobar, and he will get it there in time. The Orioles add another party. The leadoff double sac fly record got it, and the Orioles have a 3-1 lead. Who here at Camden Yards were 47-35 last year, looking to go 2-0 to start this new season. And Gallardo in his debut as an Oriole, 4 strikeouts and 3 walks so far, and with a 3-1 lead. Kurt Suzuki, the catcher, flied out to center field his first time up. Buxton and then Dozier at the top of the order for the Twins in the 5th inning. And the pitch will be taken inside. With the right-hander now part of this rotation for the Orioles, they begin the season entirely right-handed in that starting rotation. First time in 14 years that they have had all righties in the rotation. Good article in the Press Box Online story about that. The Orioles, there's 5 seasons in their 62-year history in which lefties started 10 or fewer games. We'll see what happens this year, whether or not it stays that way or not. Only time will tell. 2-1 pitch on the way. Went for one on the outside part of the plate. Souvenir back.
Gallardo throwing the ball well. Not a lot of quality swings off Gallardo to this point in the ball game. So keeping the hitters off balance really the key. He's disrupting their rhythm and timing, moving the ball all over the place. Matt Wieters doing a real good job with Gallardo. He's showing hard in, throwing soft stuff away. We've seen some high fastballs.
Puts that one up in the air, not deep. Hardy started out. Machado starts out, and Machado backpedals, puts it away, and Suzuki is retired. Our PNC Bank MASNsports.com blog recap. Mel Anthony on the predictions for 2016 yesterday. The Rock. Kabako on the throwing by Kevin Gausman, encouraging the side session, and Steve Molesky talking about Hardy and Scope and the new slide rule. It's all there for you. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Lots and lots of stories to start the season as the Orioles have a lot to prove in the sense of the prognosticators, most of whom picked them for dead last in the American League East. 0-1 count. That one off the fist, fouled back. Buxton a double in the 3rd inning and came around to score.
A little bit of a surprise that Orioles picked, to finish low in the American League East, especially with the success they've had over the past 4 seasons with Buck Showalter at the helm and this group of veteran players. I mean, I don't know how you could bet against them. This group that's on the field right now, Jones, Hardy, Machado, Davis, Wieters, have been to the postseason. Gallardo's pitched in the postseason. So a lot of experience out there, and you really can't underestimate that.
Oh, and in a division that's seemingly pretty much wide open.
Yeah.
That one is going to be bounced. Tampa Bay got their 5-3 win today over Toronto. Souza went 4 for 4 and had a couple of home runs and 4 RBIs. He's got 3 home runs in 4 games now. Longoria had a 2 for 4 in the ball game with a couple of runs. Ramirez worked a couple of innings in relief. Gavin Floyd took the loss in relief as Tampa Bay got the win over Toronto by a score of 5-3. Tampa Bay and Toronto 2-2. Pitch on the way will be taken outside. Count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 down. Keep an eye on that pitch count. Been a lot of 6-7 pitch at bats. This is the 7th in this one. Full count, 3-2 to Buxton, and he'll do it again. Right over the top of the Orioles dugout.
Now working the edges here, getting ahead and trying to get Buxton, the young player, to expand the zone a little bit. Buxton showing the good eye. Some nasty breaking balls in the outside corner there. A good job just to keep the at bat alive. The outer third looks like the target area to Buxton.
3-2 delivery on the way and off the fists again. Fouls that one back. He'll be doing a lot of that this year if he lives up to the history of what he does at the plate in his young years. He's a contact type hitter, and he'll extend at bats with these kinds of foul balls. We've seen already Joey Rickard's going to be doing that with the Orioles no matter where he hits. 3-2 pitch on the way and lines that one to the gap. That one's got some juice on it. It's going to fall. It'll take a hop. Chance for a triple. He comes to second and will stop. Good relay throw as they get it in, and Buxton's on with his second double.
Wow, he was low flying right there. I mean, that is some pure speed. He's already on second base when Rickard got that ball. Unfortunately, didn't get get out to third base. Good piece of hitting. Worked the at bat to full. Fouled off some tough pitches. Finally gets a pitch he can handle and shows the pop. Driving another double into the left center field gap there.
So potential tying run comes to the plate. Dozier looking for his first hit of the year. 0 for 5. He's flied to center and had a sacrifice in this ball game. .265 hitter in this ballpark for Brian Dozier, veteran leader, with the young Buxton out there at second base taking a look around. He's got Scope close to him, holding him close to the bag. Numbers last year for him in these situations. One down. Gallardo's delivery, and that will be a strike taken. I was talking about relievers and starters and how much relievers have taken over the pitching game. In 1981, relievers threw 29% of innings. Last year it was up to 35%. Over a third of innings pitched in the majors went to relief pitchers last year. And the other thing that's gone up have been the home runs. Home runs dramatically increased. In 2014 there was only one player who had 40. Last year there were 9. 11 players in 14 had 30 or more. There were 20 last year. And home runs were up by 723 home runs last year. Pitch will be taken inside, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. In case you're wondering, for starters, we talk about it a lot. How deep does a starter go into a ball game? The starting pitchers last year in the majors averaged 5.8. That's 5 2/3 innings average for all starters. That's not that deep a number.
No, it really isn't.
It isn't.
I don't think Orioles fans should feel that bad. You know, if a pitcher doesn't go deep, it's becoming a trend. The World Series champs last year won it that way. They had an incredible bullpen, and they shortened games because of their back end.
That one is taken for a strike in the inside corner. Gallardo causing Dozier to look at his feet while he talks to the home plate umpire, Mark Wegner. That will keep you in a ball game. Gives you a chance to chat a bit without being thrown out.
Yeah, look down. Don't say bad words.
3-ball 2-strike count. Dozier down to third. That is a foul ball by just that much. Mike Winters, third base umpire, right on the line with it.
3-2 slider. Dozier catching it out in front, just hooking. Foul out of the reach of Manny Machado.
Another deep at bat here. 7th pitch coming up on this one. Michael Gibbons watching. 3-2 runner at second. Buxton with great speed, put in the air to center field. Jones will get it in to hold the runner. Big out as Dozier's retired. Well, let's take a look at our American League leaderboard, brought to you by Coons.com. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting.
Yeah, they get last year's home run leaderboard. Toronto Blue Jays led the way with 232. Astros with some young pop in their lineup as well, 230. And they're the Orioles, a consistent home run hitting team over the past 4 years. Last year knocking out 217. Yankees short porch in right field with 212, and the Mariners with 198.
Chris Davis, the leader, the American League, and around the majors, no one hits more of them than he does. He's got one here in this ball game to start the season off, his first. Now there are 2 down. Gallardo looking to get out of this with Mauer up. Mauer RBI sac fly is flied out, and he will take the pitch down low for a ball. So Mauer now 7 for 15 lifetime off Gallardo. The Oriole 30-year-old right-hander, 13 and 11 last year, 3.42 ERA. Working here in the 5th inning with that pitch count closing in on 90. And the pitch will be up high. He too trying to get Mauer to chase, and he won't do it. 2-0.
Yeah, he knows he's got to be careful with Mauer. Of course, waiting in the wings, another very dangerous hitter. So no. So you pick your poison. You try to expand the zone a little bit, work the perimeter, and hope for a chase. It's a good time to work the edge here. 2-0 count, maybe reach for something.
That one off the fist goes to center. Knuckleball. Adam Jones is right there to haul it in. So good job by Gallardo. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Basemen are left on his scoring position. Orioles up by 2. Destination for culinary adventure. From fresh local seafood to an eclectic array of world-class cuisine. Savor the flavors of Sarasota Restaurant Week, June 1 through the 14th. Get info at savorsarasota.com. In Camden Yards, Gallardo's made his first start for the Orioles, and he's done.
Yeah, looks like he's all done. Great outing. I'd like to see him get a little bit deeper, obviously, but a good way to start here. Really shutting down this Twins offense, keeping his team in the ball game.
And the pitch taken down low. Gibson, the starter, out there for the Twins. Chris Davis with a big hand, getting the home run, 3rd inning, solo shot. He's 2 for 2, also a base hit in the ball game, and was cranking up for that one and decided against it.
See Chris Davis in his 2nd at bat, hit the home run, and see his power zone pretty much center cut where that slider ended up, and he deposited out on the grass behind the center field fence.
1-1 is down low. Gallardo gave up only 2 hits in the 5 innings work. 1 run. He walked 3, struck out 4. Fewest hits he has ever given up was 1, pitching for Milwaukee back in 2011 against the Cardinals, but only 2 off him in this game. Right into the shift. Escobar will make the play, and Davis is retired. 1 down here in the 5th inning. Gallardo, just a good job. He threw 12 out of 20 first pitch strikes in the game, the exact number Kyle Gibson had coming into this inning. Talking to Caleb Joseph, Orioles backup catcher. So Givens is now throwing in earnest in the Oriole bullpen.
Yeah, he's hot now. Good to go.
1 down. Here's Mark Trumbo. He'll take it inside for a ball. He's hit into a double play, grounded out. 1 for 7 with a home run lifetime off Gibson, and after a 4 for 5 opener, 0 for 2 in this one. And the pitch, slider that's just going to miss outside.
Well, both pitchers are really working hard, being careful with the lineups, making a lot of mistakes. Orioles able to capitalize on a couple, but both pitchers doing a really good job. Gibson, talk about his potential and how well he's progressed over the past couple of years, and eventually will be the #1. Just a couple of years ago, he was the 5th starter, then last year 3rd, this year 2nd.
Trumbo, the 3-0 delivery to him, and that is going to be inside for a ball. Well, finding a way to get on. Nick Showalter talking about how he has had good opening months, first 2 months of the season in his career. and the numbers proving that to be true. So you want him in the lineup early. You don't get a lot of quick starters at the plate in the majors. He's one of them.
Yeah, you take advantage of it, get him in the lineup, and you loved his at-bats opening day. A couple times he was trying to hit the long ball and some mistake-breaking balls, but pretty much stayed within himself, picking up the knocks.
Matt Wieters up, takes it for a strike. Wieters a walk, and he is grounded out. 4 walks now surrendered by Gibson in the ball game. Orioles taking advantage of one that crossed the plate. Hardy in the second inning. Matt straight up D in the infield, double play depth, and that one into the screen and foul. So Matt opening up with the back-to-back games behind the plate, in the sense there was a day off in the middle, obviously, but first 2 starts of the year he gets, and looks like he's ready to go full time.
Yeah, looks fresh. I think here in the early going with the off day, yeah, why not play Matt Wieters? We talked about Gallardo, the veteran pitcher who finished up spring training, throwing to Matt Wieters and actually having his best game of spring. So why not have that combination going in Gallardo's first start of the season?
0-2, just going to miss. Abad up in the bullpen. Fernando Abad, who pitched in game 1, who didn't. That long opener that we had with almost 3 hours of rain delays. Orioles had 6 pitchers go in that ball game, and the only one not really available is Tyler Wilson, because he worked 3 innings. 1-2 delivery, and that'll be fouled back the other way. 6 also threw for the Minnesota Twins in game 1. Gibson with a 1-ball 2-strike count. Orioles trying to add to a 3-1 lead. Close to the vest ball game. The runs have had to be set up and earned, but for the Davis long ball. 1-2 delivery with the runner at first in the dirt. Suzuki makes the stop on it. Paul Molitor watching his starter. He's had action for the first time, as you saw in the bullpen, with that pitch count rising to 90 on this pitch. 2-2 delivery on the way. Wieters times that one. They weren't playing him there. To the gap in left center field, deep, and that's going to fall in. Takes the big hop. Trumbo's coming to third. Bobby Dickerson is waving him home. Relay throw off the mark. It'll come to the plate from Escobar, not nearly in time. RBI double. Wieters, 4-1 Orioles.
Boy, what a great piece of hitting there from Matt Wieters. Feeling it right now at the plate, coming up with some clutch RBIs. This is a changeup that he stays on and just hammers it to left center. Think about Matt Wieters and his ability when he gets the arms extended. Left center field is his power gap, and here maxing out one hopper to the wall, kind of kicks away from Rosario. See Trumbo, he sees the play in front of him, but he's expecting probably to get it held. Not seeing the bobble. Dickerson's arm going, able to score easily. No let up, never broke stride. Another big add-on run there.
So the Orioles now 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Paul Molitor not quickly checking to see if the bullpen is going to be ready to go. Trumbo. Again, the Orioles take advantage of the walk. So 2 of the 4 walks that have been surrendered by Gibson tonight, the Orioles have put across the plate. Timeout asked for by Suzuki, the catcher. They want the intentional pass here to Alvarez to set up a possible double play with Hardy coming up.
Well, the double play ball is Kyle Gibson's best friend last season. We talked about that great ground ball rate that he's been flipping up there, over 50%, closer to 55%. But last year induced the 27 ground balls that you talked about, has 1 in this ball game, and they're counting on 1 here.
Alvarez ball 3, Hardy waiting. So the 5th walk. Now the Orioles with runners at first and second base. Gallardo loving the support with the runs coming in. I want to remind that all youngsters 14 and under can get to the Junior Orioles Dugout Club in a hurry. Whole new lineup of excitement. Choose between 2 6-game packages, exclusive benefits, chance for friends and family to get in. Ticket prices for as little as $6. That's Orioles.com/dugout club. J.J. Hardy, runners off first and second. Pitch is in there at the knees for a strike. Hardy walked and scored in the second inning on the RBI double by Scope. And by the way, that was a double. They credited Scope with the double on that hit to right field. And he doubled and scored in the fourth inning. Hardy did. Now an RBI chance for him. Pitch taken outside. 1-1.
Well, J.J. Hardy yanked that two-seam fastball right down the left field line. So here, the early part of this count, Kyle Gibson trying to backdoor that two-seamer, keep it away from Hardy. Another mistake. If Hardy gets those arms extended, boy, he shows some big-time power.
That's on the outside corner. Had a good movement on it away. So Hardy's upped his numbers against Gibson. Limited at bats, but he's gone 3-4-6 against him with a home run. So you take a chance walking the man in front of him, Alvarez, with one down. 1-2. The Orioles out hitting the Twins 7-2. 1-2 delivery, bounces. 2-ball, 2-strike count. And that's what we talked about earlier. The Orioles are not helping Kyle Gibson. He expects hitters to go after pitchers that aren't strikes that look good, and the Orioles have laid off that.
Yeah, they've been really patient here the first couple of ball games. Something they worked on all spring training.
There's another one. A close but not quite. 3-2. Credit Scott Coolbaugh, the hitting instructor, does a lot of work with them, talking not just out the batting cage, but talking about remember. You got a pitcher who wants you to do that. Don't do it. Be patient. 3-2. Runners not going, and the ball's popped up behind home plate, and there'll be no play on it over the screen.
Well, I think one thing that helps Scott Coolbaugh have a great relationship with everybody in this lineup is he knows what their strengths are, the individual strengths of everybody in this lineup, and he does not want to take them off their strength. You know, if they're low ball hitters, he's going to say attack this guy Kyle Gibson. Now, most generally you want to get a sinker baller up where everything flattens out a little bit, but they have a great game plan and they try to stick to it individually and not give away pitches or at bats. And yeah, it's something that Scott Coolbaugh reminds them of on a daily basis.
Got him on the sinker. 3-2 as that one fell off the table. So Gibson picks up a big strikeout, his third of the ball game.
Well, the changeup off the two-seamer. Another great one, getting Hardy out in front, 81 miles an hour. Good differential. You see how far it gets Hardy out in front. Good pitch. Down with some good sink at the end.
So now the 2-out hit is looked for. Jonathan Scope already an RBI double, and he has grounded out. And a chopper off the end of the bat that goes foul. The Orioles, that's only 2 games in, but the Orioles have already drawn 10 walks in the 2 games, counting this one. They averaged 2.5 per game last year. So if they can keep that kind of differential going,
oh yeah,
that'll really increase that on base percentage.
Oh, increase their walk rate and lower their strikeout rate.
Yeah,
definitely good things will happen.
0-1 the count with 2 down. Wieters a double on at second base. Alvarez at first with the intentional pass, and an 0-2 count. Up to 90 on that one by Gibson.
Very tough to get to his sinker if it's down below the knees. You really have to be patient and disciplined to lay off that pitch.
Defense is straight up here against Scope. 2-strike delivery on the way to him, and that'll be inside. 1 ball, 2-strike count, not close enough to even think about going at from Gibson that time. Orioles get the advantage here with 2 down, and the runners able to take off on contact. And there it is. And it's scooped at third. Plouffe makes the play. Not as easy as that looked. The Orioles will pick up a run. The RBI to Wieters. They leave 2 on. 4-1 O's lead.
Out of the ball game, but a great first start as a Baltimore Oriole. Getting Plouffe to chase the high fastball. How about Rosario chasing as well? Backup slider there. Working the top of the zone. A few more fly balls than I think everybody expected. Now take a look at the PNC inside the numbers. 5 strong innings. Only 2 hits given up. The 1 run, of course, it was earned. 3 walks and 4 punch outs for Gallardo. Very nice first start as an Oriole. Well, Michael Givens comes into the ball game. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. The fastball 62% of the time. Breaking ball, that slider and the change 8% of the time. Of course, everything from sidearm slot.
So a chance for Gallardo to get a win in his first outing. Relying on the bullpen now to maintain that lead. 4-7-0 for the Orioles. 1-2-0 for the Twins. And a little chopper out in front of the plate. Sano. Givens will handle it. Makes the play. Over to Davis and an out here in the 6th inning.
Nice job there by Michael Givens. Fielding that ball routinely. Of course, signed as a shortstop. Very fundamentally sound there. A lot of PFP practice, but a good pitch. Nice soft contact to get the first out.
Givens has appeared in 3 games previously, working only 4 1/3 innings against the Twins. A couple of runs on 4 hits by the Twins against him. 92-mile-an-hour delivery to Plouffe, Trevor Plouffe. He is hit into a fielder's choice, struck out. 0 for 2. Twins desperately wanting to get off to a good start. All teams do, but the Twins have had tough starts over the last few years. They were 1-6. The beginning of the season last year, ended up 10-12 in April, and they made a point of talking about that need for a better start. Matt Wieters will check to make sure he still has a mask. That one came right straight back on him. 1-2.
Yeah, and fortunately he can smile about that one. Could get very dangerous. Of course, Matt Wieters still going with the old school helmet. A lot of catchers nowadays the full hockey mask behind the plate.
Givens with a 1-2 count on Plouffe. He drills it. Will it stay fair? Down the line in left field, and goodbye home run. Plouffe delivers a long ball. He got it all. Pulls it down into the left field corner, and it is now a 4-2 Orioles lead. Plouffe will have his 3rd Oriole Park at Camden Yards home run in his career.
22 home runs last year for Plouffe. Getting that big time power, and here a slider. Staying middle. Matt Wieters setting up on the outside corner, wanting this pitch to break off the plate. And it's hovering there for Plouffe to hammer.
So on the board with the home run to make it a 4-2 ball game, just their third hit, 2 doubles and a homer in this game. Here is Rosario. He has been struck out and has grounded out. Shift on in the infield. He goes right where they aren't. You couldn't have placed that ball any better against the defense than what he did right there. This week only, T-Mobile customers can get a free season-long subscription to MLB TV Premium. Go to T-Mobile.com/MLB to sign up now and catch every moment on America's fastest-growing LTE network. Young-O Park. He has drawn a walk and struck out. Real good speed over there in Rosario at first base. So the Twins threatening here in the 6th inning with 1 run in, still only 1 down. Double play depth for the Orioles infield. And the pitch is there for a strike from Givens. Brad Brock hurrying up in the bullpen. Givens worked an inning and a third, giving up 2 runs, 3 hits. Abad's still up. He'll be coming on for Gibson, one would expect. Handcuffed a little. Chris Davis. Ball fell right down on the bag, though.
Yeah, fortunately. Michael Givens, a couple sneak throws real quick with the pickoff attempt over there. Trying to get Rosario maybe looking another way, and that one ended up handcuffing Chris Davis.
0-1 pitch. It's the fastball by him. And the count will go to 0-2.
Givens really creating a tough angle for right-handers, but a nice healthy cut there from Park. Never execute, keep it down away from Park. He gets a hold of one. Been talking about those monster numbers.
Inside out swing on that one. Down the line to the seats and just out of play. The count will stay at 2 strikes, and back to first base goes Rosario. Givens last year, only once in 22 appearances last year did he have consecutive games in which he gave up runs. That has happened to him now in the first 2 appearances here this year. He was only scored on in 3 of the last 15 times out, which was 20 and a third innings worth last year. Very impressive in spring training this season for the Orioles. Givens with the 0-2 will wait on it. He really slings that ball over to first base.
Oh, yeah, loose arm. When he was a shortstop, cutting it loose from across the diamond. That impressed some people, and I think there might have been a few people hoping that his bat never did come around, so he'd get on that bump a little sooner.
0-2 holds it. Runner not going again. Got in on the fists, and again down the line in right field. Well, so the count at 2.
Nasty fastball, 94 miles an hour, you know, coming from that sidearm slot. Givens turns his back to the hitter, and Park doesn't leak at all. 94 miles an hour, about as good as pitch as you're going to see. Well placed, down and in, and just fighting to keep the at bat alive. Pretty sound approach from Park.
And Park will go down swinging. He'd moved in on him a couple of times and went away, and gets a big strikeout.
And that is the key. You show the inside corner, maybe get that front hip to leak a little bit. Exactly what happens here on the slider. Watch the front hip go early, and there just off the end of the bat. Beautiful pitch from Givens.
So that will be it for Givens, with Escobar, switch hitter, coming up. Runner on, Rosario at first, a run in, 4-2. reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Gary Thorne, Mike Bordick, Michael Givens to the bench to watch.
Out of the ball game now. Finished his outing with a nice strikeout to Park, but gives way to Brad Brock. Last season, his pitch arsenal, the fastball 60% of the time. Real dominant pitch for him. Cross body, mid-90s with the heater, sweeping slider. Great change as well. 2.72 earned run average. 89 punch-outs led the way in this Orioles bullpen. Very solid numbers and a solid year for Brad Brock.
So Brock working with 2 down, runner on at first base. Orioles lead at 4-2 after the home run by Plouffe in this inning. Brock 2/3 of an inning, 1 strikeout in the opening day appearance that he made. And the pitch down low, throw, snap throw by Wieters. Matt had bobbled it a little bit and thought he might catch Rosario leaning or flat-footed.
Yeah, Matt Wieters can come up with some very athletic plays. I mean, pretty impressive off-balance throw there and a nice snap throw on the money, almost catching Rosario as he freezes out there to try to pick up the ball.
Waiting to see if they want to challenge the call. Buck Showalter's turned to his video room.
Davis trying to hold that bag tightly. Did his hand ever get in there, or is it on Davis's foot? Pretty interesting look there.
Still waiting, Buck. Turning back underneath the dugout down below where the video people are, waiting for a call on it. Nope, no challenge. So a 1-0 count. Eduardo Escobar has flied out, struck out, 2 for 6 in the first 2 ball games of the year. Manny Machado in at third. Big cut. And Escobar with a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
There's that turbo change. It is a nasty pitch. Not going to see many straight changeups that have that type of action late in the zone.
Rosario, not a big lead at first, and went upstairs on that one. Just tipped it foul off the glove of Wieters. So Brock comes on, gets ahead here, ball and 2 strikes.
A pretty good fastball here, up and in, 93, 94 miles an hour after a changeup down and away. Well executed. Down and away, hard up and in.
There are 2 down, 1-2. Everybody can move back in the infield. Manny Machado back towards the shortstop hole now. 1-2 delivery and down to first and foul. Brock last year led the Oriole relievers and was 5th in the American League among relievers with 89 Ks. In the second most innings pitched, 79 for AL bullpen guys. Did a great job for the Orioles, especially after the All-Star break. He had a great second half of the season. 1-2 delivery, reaching to protect, into the bat, into the seats.
Coming in hot right there. Yeah, Brad Brock, the 89 strikeouts. He has swing and miss stuff. Really, all 3 of his pitches have swing and miss quality. That fastball is real tough to pick up with the deception. We've seen the movement on that changeup. And when his slider's right, he can snap it at the back foot of a lefty as well as anybody. So some real good swing and miss pitches coming out of the hand of Brad Brock.
His wife, of course, a country music singer-songwriter, and I think of that because today one of the greats in that genre passed away, Merle Haggard. A great songwriter and magnificent individual artist. On his birthday, died today.
Oh, wow.
1-ball, 2-strike count with 2 down. Eddie Rosario. 7 has been the number tonight for pitches per at bat. We've had a lot of 7-pitch at bats both ways. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and another ground ball fouled off. Bert Blyleven is celebrating a birthday today. The Hall of Fame pitcher next door, Minnesota Twins announcer, one of the most joyous human beings you will ever encounter. We're always happy to encounter him wherever he may be. Happy birthday, Bert Blyleven. He's got the hat on. He is celebrating. You see the cake right there in front of him. I mean, could there be a more joyous man anywhere?
That's great.
1 ball, 2 strike count. And the ball popped up behind second base, very high. Adam Jones, plenty of time to come in and get under it. Brock comes on, gets the out, run in, couple of hits. Plouffe for the home run has made it a 4-2 ball game. Masson is brought to you by University of Maryland University College. Great to have you with us here at the ballpark for Game 2. The Orioles have the 4-2 lead. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick. Gibson's done.
Kyle Gibson, pretty solid night. 5 innings, scattering the 7 hits, 4 runs. Orioles offense really made him work. 105 pitches thrown, showing the great patience the offense has brought into the 2016 season. Fernando Abad now coming in out of the Twins bullpen. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. The fastball 54% of the time. Pretty good 4-seamer, 91 to 95 with that, but also has the 2-seamer. Pretty good run life on that pitch. Has a slider and curveball and a change as well. 4.15 earned run average last season in 62 ball games and 45 punch outs, 19 walks, and held opponents to 251 batting average. Fly ball pitcher. Only gave up the 11 long balls.
He appeared in Game 1 for an inning and a third, had 1 walk. And the pitch will be taken inside. Joey Ricker will lead it off. 2 for 4 in the opener, a base hit and an RBI sac fly in this game. Bottom half of the 6th inning, the Orioles up by a score of 4-2 against the veteran left-hander. Abad, 30 years old, signed as a free agent, first year with the Twins. He has played with Houston, with the Nationals, with Oakland. Has been around and as a left-hander, sought after for situations in particular against lefties. 2-0 delivery on the way. Ricker will take that one down low, and the count goes to 3-0.
Yeah, he can defend himself pretty good against righties, though, with that 2-seam fastball, real good changeup as well. He knows how to pitch.
The 3-0 count. The Joey chant goes up here at Camden Yards. And he'll take that one for a strike. Three ball, 1 strike count. And giving them up the middle on the defense in the infield. And Abad will get that one in as well. Last year, Abad, interesting. Left-handers hit 277 off him, and right-handers 218.
Yeah, go figure. Probably face a lot more lefties.
Yeah.
There, right?
Yeah. 3-2 delivery on the way to Joey. Joey goes to short. Escobar race to first. One hopper. Nice play. Mauer handles it, and Rickard is retired. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the Be More for Healthy Babies. The Orioles have drawn 10 walks, $500 so far. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Manny Machado, base hit, a walk, and is struck out. One down, 6th inning. Outfield moves to right a bit. And the off-speed pitch, 75 on that one, is in for a strike.
Yeah, nice curveball, and kind of manipulated a little bit. He can throw the real slow one that comes in there almost Ephus-like, or he can bury it with that late finish, bottom of the zone.
Another one at 73, and Manny way out in front cued that one off the end of the bat. Manny last year is .258 against the lefties, opposed to .295 off right-handers last season. Now with this count, infield shifted all the way around, playing him to pull on an 0-2. And a swing and a miss as he got it down and away. 2 down.
Good fastball there, well located. That is a go-to spot. Saw Gallardo do it in this ball game. Abad cleans up Manny Machado there with a good fastball. And sneaks it by Machado.
Jones has faced Abad only once, 1-for-1 against him. 2 down, nobody on. Adam 0-for-3 in the ball game. Couple of ground balls, fly ball. He is now 1-for-8 in the first 2 games. And Adam gets rid of that 0-for. 2-out single up the middle on the first pitch he sees from Abad. The Orioles get their 8th hit. On Saturday, join the O's Zone Rally team as the Orioles Radio Network affiliate WTTR hosts their annual Birds Are Back rally at Westminster Island Green. From 11:30 until 1:30, join the Oriole bird and catcher Caleb Joseph and former Oriole Al Bumbry. Fun afternoon and a great time for fans. You can get the complete schedule and rally info at Orioles.com/rallies. Going to bring up Chris Davis. Runner on at first, 2 down. Single and a home run, and he is grounded out. A 2-for-3 ball game for Chris. 1-for-3 off Abad, and that one, yep, was a dinger.
A homer, yeah, figured that. 2 out of the last 3 years, Chris Davis has led the American League in home runs.
1-0 count with 2 down. And Davis on the off-speed delivery stays away and gets ahead on the count, 2-0. 12,622 the attendance, game number 2, 12-6-2-2 here at the ballpark.
Chris Davis a little self-coaching there after that take on the breaking ball. He kind of got his body out in front a little bit, a little aggressive on the take. Much better there. Kind of slow things down, stay back behind the baseball. He let that breaking ball get to him. Pretty good pass.
Little change in the shift against him we've seen the Twins employ. Rather than putting that shortstop all the way over on the second base side, Escobar stays shortstop side of the bag. And Chris on his first hit was an infield single, which he hit just to the other side of the bag. This one will go directly to Dozier. He makes the play over to Mauer. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. 6 complete, game 2. Orioles 4, Twins 2.
Highlights, Giovanni Gallardo trying to make a good first impression. How about Plouffe going down with a high heater? Backup slider, another high fastball there. 5 innings of solid work. And then it's Joey Rickard coming to the rescue again. A sac fly. Give the Orioles the lead. A couple of the newest Orioles making an impact in this 4-2 lead here as we enter the top of the 7th. Remember, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
Well, the Orioles try to make it 2-0 to start the year. It'll be Kurt Suzuki leading it off, 8-9-1 in the lineup. Brad Brock stays out. Pitch up high. Suzuki still looking for his first hit of the season. He is flied out, popped out in this ball game after taking an 0 for 3 in the opener. Brock's delivery will be taken inside. Orioles starter Gallardo, pitcher of record, a run on 2 hits over 5. Givens on in relief, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, a strikeout, 1 run. And now Brad Brock. 2-0 delivery on the way, and that'll come inside and up. So the count goes to 3-0. Gallardo walked 3. The only walk surrendered by the Oriole pitchers. Gibson had 5, 1 intentional. And the Orioles have used those. Score a couple of runs. And that will be inside. He did not want to do that. So Suzuki will get the leadoff walk here in the 7th inning. Visit MASNsports.com. Care First to vote for tonight's Care First Live Fearless Player of the Game. Live fearless with the name trusted for over 75 years. Care First, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
How about Chris Davis? Looked kind of fearless with that bomb to center field. Be the player of the game.
And another base hit too to go with it.
Gallardo, great start.
Pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Been help from everybody in the lineup here for the Orioles in this ball game. There's been a contribution made one way or the other by, I'm looking here, everybody has done something to add to the offense tonight. 0-1 delivery on the way. That'll be fouled off back and out of play.
Well, that's really what Buck Showalter hopes for. Consistency, you know, every night, counting on some quality at bats. Saw it opening night. They carried it over into the 2nd game of the season. Still a few innings left here. Keep having those quality at bats. Get on base. Take what's given you.
And the delivery is going to be there for a strike. He got him looking. So Buxton, who had a couple of doubles in the game, is called out on strikes, and Brad Brock will pick up his first strikeout of the ball game, leaving Suzuki at first base and 1 down.
Well, nice adjustment after walking Suzuki. Gets into attack mode, finishing Buxton off with 94 at the knees.
Top of the order, and Brian Dozier. Dozier an 0 for 2 and a sacrifice. So far he's had an 0 for 6. Big cut and a miss on that one. 94 miles an hour. So Brock, who issued that walk to Suzuki, really not close to the strike zone, comes back on Buxton in a hurry and gets him, and starts Dozier out with 1 in the strike zone. 0-1 delivery, fouled off, couldn't get around on it, down the line and right.
Yeah, maybe a little frustrated with that walk. Velocity kind of climbing as well. 95 right there on the heater from Brad Brock. Like most pitchers, staying aggressive in the zone. Trust your stuff and trust the catcher. You know, Matt Wieters has a good feel for the pitchers, what their best stuff is, calling the off-speed pitches when needs to.
That one is going to miss a little bit outside. Dozier's faced Brock 5 times, 2 for 5 in limited chances against him. One ball, 2 strike count, short lead at first. Suzuki off the bag, and the pitch is outside. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Dozier, another one of those hitters who's very tough to get him to chase pitches that aren't really either in or real close to the strike zone.
Yeah, he is patient, and he is willing to take the walk, and dangerous hitter. Big time power from the Twins' second baseman.
2-2 foul back. Got one he tried to drive. That one right back into the screen. So Dozier with the even count at 2-2. Right back with you tomorrow night. Game 3 of this series. Valdo Jimenez, Phil Hughes are the scheduled starters. 6:30 O's extra. 7 o'clock for the ball game. 2-2 delivery again, and got him. Foul tipped into the mitt, held on to by Wieters. A big strikeout, 2 in a row.
My goodness, a steady diet of 95 miles an hour fastballs, and look at this changeup. The bottom just dropping out of it. That is the turbo change, and as good a one as you're going to see. Beautiful pitch. Dozier out in front, and even if he's on time with that pitch, the late movement would probably get him anyway.
So 2 down. Leadoff walk to Suzuki has gone nowhere so far. He's still over there at first base. Joe Mauer. Mauer takes the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Casey Fiend, whom we saw in the opener, warming up. Mauer has flied out a couple of times, and the other fly ball he hit was good for a sac fly and an RBI in the 3rd inning. Plouffe for the home run in the 6th, the other Minnesota run. Mauer takes that one, and that's in there too. 3 for 5 off Brad Brock for Mauer in his career, including a home run.
And painting the fastball there to Mauer, arm side, right on the edge. Mauer might have to protect that outside corner. See if Wieters tries to expand.
The 0-2 delivery on the way. Just misses a little bit on the outside part of the plate. Mauer's got the 11-game hit streak against the Orioles that he has not extended so far in this ball game. Outfield playing him to go the other way a bit. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that's where he goes with a foul ball.
Yeah, pretty funny. Mauer, who has played about as long as anybody in the game, is the only guy that the Orioles offense doesn't shift on. So it's kind of you know, a credit. Look at the hits by direction. He uses the whole field. Slap the ball to left field, 60 to center, and pull it as well. Infield plays him up pretty true.
1-2 deliveries away. He of course is homegrown from Minnesota. 12 years, all with the Twins. Kind of amazing. There are only 4 players now who have 12+ seasons with one team. David Wright with the Mets, Ryan Howard with the Phillies, Yadier Molina with the St. Louis Cardinals, and Joe Mauer. And outside. So he refused to go after any of those, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chris Davis moves in to advise Brock he will go behind the runner Suzuki at first base, who will be off on the pitch. Butch Davis, first base coach, makes sure that Suzuki, the runner, knows where Davis is, so Davis can't sneak in behind him. 3-2, and Mauer fouls it off.
Right back to the pitch that got him ahead of Mauer. The fastball right on the outside corner. Or a nice job of protecting 95 on the edge. Pretty amazing numbers right there with a full count. 365, 3 homers last year, 91 plate appearances.
3-2. Suzuki at first running again, and Mauer takes it. He was on with a walk. So Brock with a couple of walks in the inning as it stays alive. In our Major League Notebook, taking a look at this date around Major League Baseball. As weather's always been a problem in the spring. 82, it was really bad. A snowstorm postponed games for the Yankees, Detroit, White Sox, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh on this date. Snow. And in 1973, Tony Oliva, the great Minnesota Twin, became the first designated hitter to hit a home run. That was at the Oakland Coliseum back in 1973. Tony Oliva, sweet swing for the Twins. Now to the mound with Brock with 2 on and 2 down. Dave Wallace, the pitching coach.
Yeah, got to be on the same page here. Facing Sano, runners at first and second. Go ahead run, steps into the batter's box, and he is danger. So you better know what you're going to be doing. execute the pitches. Certainly good enough stuff to get out of this inning.
Bundy and O'Day both up. First and second, 2 down. Suzuki the lead runner, Bauer at first. Sano, fouls it off on kind of a circular swing.
Yeah, a little kind of surprised, I think, how fast that offering got on him. Sometimes if you're not prepared when a pitcher has that kind of deception, the cross-body delivery, you just get a little caught off guard by how quickly the ball gets on you.
He's had a couple of walks and is grounded out. Sano with that big power goes after one up and away and misses. Minnesota, this is only their second chance tonight with a runner in scoring position. They were 1 for 6 in the opener. They've left 5 on base, only one of those in scoring position. 0-2 count, 2 down. And he got him. Goes upstairs at 94. And Brock has the all or nothing inning. He gives up 2 walks, but he strikes out the side. 7th inning stretch time. Oriole Park at Camden Yards, where we are, and the O's are up by 2. In the beginning, the Cubs are 2-0 versus the Angels, and Trout and Pujols have not reached base safely in either game. That hadn't happened since September of 2014. The Dodgers are the first team since the '63 Cardinals not to allow a run or surrender 6 or fewer hits over their first 2 ball games. They've just pitched the heck out of it. And Trevor Story, writing a little story, Colorado, 3rd player in Major League history to have 3 home runs in his first 2 Major League games. The others, Charlie Riley, 1889, and Joe Cunningham in 1954. Okay. And here the Orioles have the 4-2 lead, bottom of the 7th.
Colorado's got Story, and the Orioles have Rickard.
There you go.
All right, new pitcher on for the Twins, Casey Fiend. Pitch Arsenal last season, the fastball 55% of the time. That's a good one, low to mid-90s with the heater, 4-seamer, 2-seamer. He can cut it as well. The breaking ball is a slider. 62 games last year. Very good earned run average of 3.55, 41 punch outs, just 8 walks. So he's all over the dish. Opponent's hitting .250 overall.
First ball to Trumbo is fouled away. Fiend worked 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits in the opener, so he comes right back here in game number 2. Trumbo scored on the walk in the 5th inning that came with 1 down, driven home by Wieters on the double. Jonathan Scopes got an RBI double. Joey Ricker's got a sacrifice fly. Chris Davis has a home run. Those are the Orioles' 4. They continue to double up on the hits against Minnesota, 8-4. Abad worked an inning, gave up a hit and had a strikeout. Big gap left center field, shaded to right by Buxton, the center fielder, and on the outside corner for a strike.
Great pitcher's pitch right there. When in doubt, down and away with the heater. And he locks that one up. 3 really good pitches, trying to keep it away and out of that power zone of Mark Trumbo. 4 singles yesterday, but great power off the bat of Trumbo.
And that one's going to miss a little bit down low. Former Oriole Eddie Murray has had David Ortiz pass him on the home run list. 26 all time now. Ortiz with another home run. That game's still going on. Cleveland leading the Red Sox 7-6 in the ball game. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And a swing and a miss. Movement on that one away.
Now the cut fastball. I mean, he was just dotting the heater down and away on Trumbo. Look at the pitch track, just filling it up, and 87 with a little movement, able to finish him up. Painting the outer edge.
The Fiend able to get the out against Trumbo. Wieters a double and an RBI, a walk, and he has grounded out. That will take the pitch inside for a ball. One-0 is going to be foul back. Wieters part of the walk-off in the ball game last night. Our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers. Walk-off wins last year.
Yeah, headed home walk-off wins last year. The Cubs led the way with 10, but the Orioles right behind them, 9 big walk-off wins. Angels and White Sox each had 7. But the O's having 20 walk-off wins since 2014. A lot of excitement here in Camden Yards.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Bullpens now have taken this game over. Darren O'Day had been up before. Staying loose in the bullpen. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery. Ground ball to short. Escobar. 2 down. 2 away, bottom of the 7th. Well, the day after the Orioles win and score 5 or more runs, get 50% off regular menu online orders at papajohns.com with the promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Well, the Orioles got 4 in this one. Not there yet. They do, however, finally get 4 runs against the Twins. Something they did not do all of last year and did not do on opening day, even though they won. So they had gone 8 consecutive games against Minnesota, scoring 3 or fewer runs.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yep. Pedro Alvarez. Strikeout, a ground ball out, and an intentional pass. Shift on against him. And he fouls that one back into the screen. So Alvarez in his new home, in which he had played only 5 games in his career here at Camden Yards, with his career with the Pirates, coming over with another powerful bat in that lineup for the moment, at least. Hitting in the 6th spot. 1 ball, 1 strike. You saw the shift fully employed now, and the pitch is in there for a strike to it.
Well, Fiend making his pitches right now, not leaving anything on the heart of the plate. He's painting the corners. There you go. That's how you want to do it. Get anything in the box, work the edges.
1-2 delivery to him is going to miss. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Alvarez. Casey Fiend not liking the feel of the baseball, will ask for a new one. And just to make sure he doesn't get it back, he throws it over to the ball boy and doesn't give it to the home plate umpire.
I didn't think that was allowed.
They do it all the time now.
I know.
Yep.
I mean, because a ball doesn't last but 1 pitch. If you accidentally drop it, you have to throw it out.
Get another one. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And that will miss down low. Apparently that baseball isn't any good either. And a 3 ball, 2 strike count. 3-2, 2 down. Alvarez can look for one to drive. 3-2 delivery, and it'll be inside. So Alvarez is on his second walk of the ball game. One was intentional. 2 down, 1 on. Mile One Automotive, offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit us in store or online at mile1.com.
Tomorrow night, Twins finish up this 3-game series, a 7 o'clock game. And then Orioles welcome Tampa Bay into town. Night games both Friday and Saturday night. Sunday afternoon at 1:30. And how about the Red Sox up in Boston on Monday?
Pitch is going to be taken down low. Hardy a double, scored, walk, scored, and last time out struck out. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, a 1-0 count with 2 down. Alvarez being held by Mauer at first base. Now one's going to miss outside, so Hardy will get ahead on the count. 2-0 against Fiend. Hardy's got an 0 for 3 off this right-hander.
Good count for JJ to let one loose.
Popped it right straight up in the air and back. Count goes to 2-1. Hardy trying to keep this inning alive. The Orioles in the first 2 games have had these 2 out walks that have kept innings going. Another one up in the air, this one in the infield behind the mound. Dozier, shortstop, and Dozier will make the catch with Escobar leaning in. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left, 7 complete, and it's a 4-2 lead. O'Day coming on. Yesterday, celebrating the start of the new season, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, General Assembly of Maryland, invited the Orioles to visit the state capitol in Annapolis. They had a great time, private reception with the governor, and a luncheon reception with the state legislators, and lots of picture taking went on in Annapolis yesterday, including the group shot to wrap it up. Here the Orioles have the 4-2 lead and deeper into the bullpen.
Yeah, finally to the back end. Darren O'Day, take a look at his pitch arsenal. Fastball 55% of the time. He can sink it. He can rise it to the top of the zone. A breaking ball, money pitch. Able to locate the slider in and out and really change speeds with that pitch. Last year, incredible numbers. 6 wins in 68 games, 1.52 earned run average. Held opponents to just a 198 overall batting average. Gave up just the 5 long balls.
Top of the 8th inning, showing bunt and turned him away. Trevor Plouffe, who had a home run in the 6th inning. He has also struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. as the Twins will try and get that potential tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning. They have now left 7 on base in the ball game. There's been only one clean inning by the Oriole pitching staff. That came in the 4th. The 1-2-3 inning by Gallardo. Paul Molitor and Buck Showalter, the 2 skippers. A couple of teams looking for the postseason. Foul back off the end of the bat, and O'Day gets ahead on the count 1-2.
Nice pitch, 79 miles an hour. Put it in the same spot as the pitch before. Both sliders down and away after running that fastball up and in. See what a lot of weapons here that Darren can go to. Matt Wieters probably pull him off that outside corner though a little bit.
Blue 3 for 4 off O'Day lifetime. Darren came on and worked in game 1. He had an inning, couple of hits, and a strikeout in the first game. Plouffe, Rosario, and Park due up for the Twins in the 8th. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Plouffe coming into this ball game with a .315 lifetime average against the Orioles. Now has 3 home runs against the O's, and they all have been hit here. Thought about it. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A lean but no swing.
Yeah, nice try right there from Darren O'Day after 3 sliders away. Try to spot one up on the outside corner, at least get Plouffe to bite on it with the 2 strikes. A little flinch. Didn't quite off.
Protects again, fouls it off into the seats. Count stays 3-2. A lot of pitches have been thrown in this game because both teams have fouled off a lot of them and kept at-bats alive.
Yeah, a lot of full counts in this ball game. Neither pitcher really, giving in, both working the edges all the way through, even bullpen arms.
3-2 delivery again to him. Ground ball. He had a hold up on that swing. Hardy in the dirt. Davis got it and held on to the bag. And Davis's work at first base continues to shine for the O's.
Oh yeah, great spring training, incredible focus. Helped J.J. Hardy out on opening day, and here again he gets down low. He gets the eyes behind the baseball and comes up with a huge pick. How low he gets there. Nice job with the glove. He doesn't flash at the glove. He holds the glove in the spot. Able to come down with a huge first out. Great play. The big man getting down there, seeing the baseball, and helping the Gold Glove shortstop Hardy out.
Keeps that leadoff man off here in the 8th inning. Rosario base hit 1 for 3. He has also struck out and grounded out. This is O'Day's 21st career appearance against the Minnesota Twins. He's worked 17 1/3 innings against them in his career. 1-0 pitch on the way, and Rosario chases one up and in. It looked pretty good on the way in. 1-1.
Darren O'Day's fastball, when it gets up at the top of the strike zone, it's a different type of pitch, a different look for so many hitters. Very rarely do they have the ability to square it up. The ball just takes off, almost that rising effect through the top of the zone.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery, and up a little bit higher. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Rosario. Having real problems timing O'Day.
We try it again. See the pitch track. Last 2 pitches. Fastballs up at the top.
One, 2 come inside.
Kind of like that pitch. I don't know if Darren O'Day wanted to do that. I think Matt Wieters wanted another fastball up, but hey, move a hitter's feet. Darren doesn't typically do that. He trusts his stuff and has the ability to locate just about wherever he wants to, but it's nice to see a pitcher move a hitter's feet every now and then.
And he did go up, and he got him. So Rosario, a strikeout victim, and there are 2 down in the 8th inning.
Well, about as good as you're going to get. Take a look at the pitch track now. First pitch outside, then the 3 strikes, all fastballs elevated just above the strike zone. Looks good to a hitter, but the rise ball gets Rosario going down. All 3 swinging.
Oriole pitchers now have 9 strikeouts. Park, 2 of them. 2 Ks and a walk. And that time way out in front of it at 79. Ryan Presley, who we saw in the opener, warming up for the Twins. Young Ho Park with the 0-1 count. 2 down. D straight up against him. And no chance.
Boy, that is a tough pitch. If you're not used to seeing a Darren O'Day slider, it puts the brakes on just in front of home plate. And it makes a turn away from the right-handed hitters. Look where those pitches end up, especially the second one. And Park, who's had, the great success in the Korean League, did not see a slider like that.
And a swing and a miss. He got him. 2 strikeouts in the inning. The Orioles now, their pitchers have struck out 20 so far in the first 2 games. They averaged about 7.5 last year. They're upping that right now. Orioles up. And Twins are going to wrap up this 3-game set. Evaldo Jimenez on the mound against Phil Hughes. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30 O's Extra, presented by Southwest, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
We'll take a look at tomorrow's starters. Phil Hughes, 11 wins last year. Actually was the #1 starter for them. This year dropped down to the 3-hole, 4.40 earned run average. And Ubaldo, the Orioles' most consistent starter last year, got off to a phenomenal start the first half of 2015. They're hoping he can do the same and stay consistent all year long. Ryan Presley now in out of the Twins bullpen. Saw him throw a couple scoreless innings on opening day. Big arm, fastball mid to high 90s. That earned run average last season very low.
Jonathan Scope fouls that one away. RBI double back in the 2nd inning. He's grounded out twice since.
You see last year, 257 opponent batting average, but no home runs given up. He's been very stingy in his short career so far with the Twins, giving up the long ball. Last year, nothing in 25 innings.
That's going to go to right field. Sano gets there and makes the catch. A sinking line drive by Jonathan Scope.
Sano's made some pretty nice plays out there. 2nd game in the outfield. Came up as an infielder with the Twins. They weren't willing to move Plouffe off the 3rd base position, so slides Sano out to right field, and he's certainly can handle it pretty well here in the early going.
Joey Rickard up. He has a base hit, a sac fly, RBI, and is grounded out. And will take the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. One down in the 8th inning. Orioles on top by 2, still 8-4, leading in hits. He'll take that one on the outside corner. Casey Fiend worked an inning. He had a walk and a strikeout. Abad worked an inning. He had a strikeout and a hit. Al Gibson, the starter, 4 runs, 7 hits over 5. That's going to go to right, and that's going to fall in, and another base hit. Joey Rickard just keeps them coming. He's got a 2 for 3 in this one after a 2 for 4 in the opener.
And this way you're going to get just these at bats where he just scrapes and claws. This is a nasty slider down and away, but he stays on it, uses his legs so well, and finding some outfield grass again. A slasher, doing what he can to find his way on base.
Scott Coolbar, hitting coach, enjoying working with Joey Rickard. Here's Manny Machado. Manny with a base hit, has struck out twice and has drawn a walk. Orioles have hit number 9. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. Big hole between first and second here for Machado. Outside, scooped. Suzuki looks down to first. Rickett, though, is staying right there. Dylan Bundy up for the second time. Zach Britton, Oriole closer, the lefty.
Presley trying to keep Joey Rickard in check over there at first base. We've seen a lot of quick snap throws with runners on base. I think many times here, I'm knocking Suzuki, but he's not throwing like he used to. And the pitchers, even though they're quick enough to the plate, many times stolen base will be done on the catcher. He doesn't quite have the arm defensively. He'll block as well as anybody, calls a good game. The throwing is kind of lost a little velo on that arm.
Another one of those pop-ups behind the mound. Again, Dozier comes on. He'll put it away. Runner stays at first and 2 down. Follow the Orioles baseball live with MLB.com at Bat app. You can stay up to the moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet.
See Jonathan Scope talking to hitting coach Scott Coolbaugh. Coolbaugh talking about bringing the hands in close to the body, not casting that bat head out away. You gotta love when the players go right up to the hitting coach and start talking hitting, just to learn more, maybe just something to solidify what they're thinking or what Scott Coolbaugh is trying to preach to these guys.
Rickard a threat to go over there, and that's why Presley's throwing over. All the games that he played last year, 23 stolen bases, and he was caught only 6 times between A, AA, AAA. Adam Jones, a base hit his last time up, 1 for 4 in the ball game. Fouls that one back on a monster cut.
Now, a little slider staying there for him. Adam Jones, the nice aggressive swing, but he's looked a little uncomfortable on some of the swings here in the last couple days.
He's had the shoulder problem before, and for game 1 we thought there was a little telling sign. 0-1 count with 2 away. He will take that one. It'll just miss outside. Presley trying to hold it at a 4-2 Oriole lead. Twins will have the bottom third of the order due up in the top of the ninth inning. Rickard leaning, and as a result, a step off.
So Rickard's job, if he's not stealing, disrupt the concentration of Presley. Get step offs, maybe some throw overs, and then he'll rush possibly to deliver the pitch to Adam Jones and potentially make a mistake.
That'll be in there for a strike. So he gets ahead of Adam Jones. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cleveland's won over Boston 7-6 tonight. Buchholz's tough night, 4 innings, 5 runs. He gave up 4 runs in the first inning of that game. Former Red Sox Mike Napoli had a solo home run in the 7th that ultimately was the game winner for Cleveland in that ball game. Zach McAllister got the win in relief, inning at 2/3 and a hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, the throw over. If you're the Orioles, you love seeing this. You got a player here in Rickard who's going to draw the attention of opposing pitchers because he can run. 1-2 delivery on the way. Jones goes upstairs after it and doesn't get it. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. And Adam Jones. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Oriole Park at Camden Yards as we go to the 9th. The Orioles looking to make it 2-0. Adam Jones took his time heading out to center field, but he headed out to center field.
Yeah, well, that's good news. Zach Britton, the closer, now in. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. Fastball 91% of the time. Probably the best moving fastball you're going to see. Mid to high 90s with the heater, and then the occasional breaking ball. Pretty nasty in and of itself. 36 saves last year with a 192 earned run average.
And he starts out here with a bouncer. Escobar 0 for 3. Suzuki and then Buxton will be due up. Got the win in game number 1.
You see that 80% ground ball rate, the highest you're going to see. Of course, everybody on the infield on their toes.
Pitch will be taken down low. Escobar, 2-0 count. 10 left on by the O's, 7 by the Twins in this ball game. 4-9-0 for the Orioles, 2-4-0 for Minnesota. Escobar, he's taking, it's there for a strike. Zach, last season he was tied for 3rd with those 36 saves that he picked up. Of course, led major league relievers in ground balls. 80% of the Balls off opponents' bats, ground balls. That's going to go to the gap. It'll split them. Adam Jones with the long run. Escobar with that great speed will go into second base standing. He's got himself a leadoff double there in the 9th inning. Well, he got one to hit and didn't miss it.
Yeah, pretty patient at bat right there. Laid off a couple nasty sinkers. Found himself ahead in the count. Try to get Zach Britton elevated. He gets one. Center cut fastball. And he powders in the left center field gap for a double.
So the Twins get the leadoff man on here in the 9th inning. Kurt Suzuki has drawn a walk, popped out, and flied out. Suzuki 2 for 7. Lifetime off Britton. Important run at the plate. And the pitch will miss for a ball. Escobar to 2 for 4 in the first game. Picks up the double here in this one. He's doing the doubles routine.
Yeah, all doubles this year.
3 doubles, 3 hits. Britton with a 1-0 delivery. Jackknifed away, but that was right there. Trying to create a ball where there was none.
Yeah. Well, in the opener, a lot of aggressive hitters trying to get on Zach Britton's sinker, and probably ended up swinging at too many balls. Well, the game plan, it appears, take until you get a strike. And Zach Britton's fastball really takes advantage of over-aggressive hitters.
That one's going to be taken, and the count will go to 2-1. Britton working here in the 9th inning. Ivana Gallardo, the Orioles starter, still the pitcher of record. 5 innings, a run on 2 hits. Would be the winner. Al Gibson, the starter pitcher of record for the Twins. Swing and a miss. Over the top, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
That is nasty. 97 miles an hour. Throw it down the heart of the plate and let it move. Impressive pitch there. Ended up on the inside corner. 97.
Escobar at second. 2-2 to Suzuki, and he got him. Britton gets the strikeout, 1 down in the 9th.
That fan's excited right there. And that is a nasty pitch. There it goes. Wow. I mean, to throw that hard and then have that kind of late movement is pretty impressive. I know Suzuki pretty impressed walking away for that strikeout.
Zach's 1.92 ERA last year, 5th best among the relievers. The youngster Buxton will get his first chance against Britton. Has not faced him. 1 down. 2 doubles, and he has struck out. He scored a run in the 3rd inning. For Zach against this Minnesota team, he's got a 3-0 record and is 2 for 3 in saves. He's actually had 3 game starts against Minnesota when he was a starting pitcher. 1-0 delivery on the way, taken. They are much more patient, as Mike said, here in game 2 than they were in game 1.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, a lot of times when you face a closer, the old school mentality is take until you get a strike, but closers are so good, they're typically very aggressive in the strike zone. So why would you want them to get ahead and then get to their nasty stuff? Well, Britton's filthy right from the get-go. So you have to show some patience and hope he falls behind, and then you can kind of look for something you want. But he's still throwing all over the plate. Very nasty movement right now, and borderline pitches even early on that are being taken for balls.
2-1, 1 down. Runner off second base. We're in the 9th. Orioles up by 2. Taking again on the inside corner for a strike. So Zach comes back and evens it up at 2-2. Dozier on deck.
Well, Dott's the first strike away, and how about painting one inside, getting the call at 96 miles an hour. Two delivery, and that's outside.
96 on that. Count goes to 3-2 on Buxton. Mowers had an RBI sac fly, the home run by Plouffe, the 2 runs for the Twins. Chris Davis a home run, Jonathan Scope an RBI double, Rickert with a sac fly RBI, Wieters an RBI double, accounting for the 4-2 that we've got in this ball game. Guess what pitch this is going to be in this at bat to Buxton?
7th.
Son of a gun.
Oh. Well, that's right. 7.
We should have kept track of that tonight. 3-2. Off second base, Escobar, and he comes inside and nails him.
Filthy right there. What a battle, though. Buxton taking. Look at the pitch track, just filling up the bottom third and then below. Nothing in the middle of the plate. Everything down and moving. Good luck. Great strikeout right there.
Twins down to their final out to work with. Escobar, only one in the lineup, has had a few hits, but a long way off out there at second base. Dozier 0 for 3 and a sacrifice in the ball game. 2 away, 9th inning. Oh, wow, didn't hit him. Runner goes to third. It'll just go as a wild pitch. Really fortunate he didn't hit him.
Right. Yeah, I thought that did catch him. I was surprised. He's not holding on to this one just a little too long.
Oh, boy. That sure looked like he caught the pant leg. Orioles get a break on that one. 1-0 delivery on the way. Inside corner for a strike.
Those are not liking the call.
Just the 1 for 6 off Britton. Dozier after his first hit. 0 for 7 in the 2 games. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery to him, and that'll be up high. 2-1. I mean, you take that hit batter and put him on. You got first and third with Mauer up in the middle of the order.
Yeah. I don't want that.
Pensive. Two 2-1 delivery by Britton. That's inside. A little skip on that one. Well, you can bet Dozier's got some power. He's not going to go after anything that's not a real strike, but boy, if he gets one that he thinks he can drive.
Dangerous up in the zone as well, so you got to be careful not to make mistakes up and out over with Dozier.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, runner off third. Dozier fouls it back. So we take it to the limit, 3-2.
Another 3-2 count. No way. 7th pitch.
You're getting good at this. Three, 2 down. Game goes on. Dozier, a veteran. Patient. Picks up the walk. Puts runners on at first and third. And brings up Mauer. Number 2 hitter for the Twins. A walk, sac fly, and a couple of fly ball outs.
And now you obviously have to be careful here. The Twins try to do something to maybe get in the head. Now down by 2 runs. They won't take any chances. Pinch running now for Dozier.
So we'll get a pinch runner. Danny Santana will run for Dozier.
And Santana can fly. Great speed as well.
Represents that potential tying run. Mauer with a 3 for 9. Lifetime off Britton. Britton worked the inning in the opening game to get the win. Mauer will take the pitch, and it is down low for a ball. The Twins not helping out here, going after pitches out of the strike zone.
23 pitches and more balls than strikes. Movement just too good tonight. Can't harness that fastball.
Britton threw 17 pitches, 12 of them for strikes in the opener. 1-0 delivery. Mauer takes that, and that is in there for a strike. 1-1. Mundy's still ready. He's been ready to go here for about 3 innings in the bullpen for the Orioles if needed. Orioles won the opener by a score of 3-2. Tight ball game, one with 2 down in the 9th inning. Now here in the top of the 9th, they have the 4-2 lead. The Twins threatening, corners covered, 2 outs. 1-1 pitch. Mauer the other way, foul.
He just took that one right out of Matt Wieder's glove. Great fastball, 97 miles an hour. Mauer, that unbelievable ability to let the ball travel as far as possible. Let that one get deep. And no chance he was going to catch up to it. Deep foul ball into the stands.
Twins down to their final strike to work with again. 1-2 delivery on the way. Mauer goes down swinging, and that's the ball game. The Orioles come away with the victory, and they are 2-0 on the young season, as the Orioles win it by a score of 4-2, and Britton's got a win and a save in the first 2 ball games. Gallardo, the Orioles starter, first appearance as an Oriole, will pick up the W.